I am an African American living in the United States of America. Born and raised here, I've had to fight a lot of battles throughout my life. I mean, we all do, but let's be real, it's a little different for African Americans. And out of all of these battles, the battle that I find myself consistently fighting is that against conservative media, if you want to call it that. One outlet in particular, named Fox News, continues to irk the F out of me. Like, it's almost as if they don't get it. Like, they don't understand the black experience. I mean, sure, we're not perfect, you know, only a few decades removed from the civil rights movement, you know what I mean? Not even 2 centuries removed from, one of the most heinous crimes against humanity, period. That being the transatlantic slave trade. But it's not about excuses, it's about understanding. Because with the heat that comes from that, we have a lot of energy and charisma, a lot of spirit, because that's what we needed to get through those times. Yet still, our plight is often misinterpreted and misrepresented as a result. So I thought, what if we just completely flip the script? Like, let's act like white supremacy doesn't exist. What if we flip the script? Flip the script on these motherfuckers and then show them how different things would be. Then maybe they'll get it. I wonder if we only had a channel that could do that. That's why I'm gonna make one. Now we about to put some real shit in front of y'all, man. Check this out. This is what I call Black Fox Newz, refusing hip-hop and world news and bringing it to the streets, you know what I'm saying? So here we are, right, in your motherfucking living room or whatever television you're watching us from, man. Coming to you, it's the beginning of a new era, with the hip-hop. Rock around, peace. Just looking for the newest thrill, the follow. Pop said don't be a statistic, but we all a statistic. In this country that's so capitalistic, everybody trying to live outside the box. We all in a box. The question is which one, it's all in the plot. We divesting. Y'all ain't gonna bring no jobs on, we divesting. Now killing by the dozen with these drones, we divesting. Companies investing in these prisons, we divesting.
Combat jacket
The dying and the
Grady.
we divesting.
Y'all got some
Trying to poison us with fake news,
Black
we
Fox
divesting.
Newz.
Instead of you know it's fake news, we divesting. So check the facts. 145 million Americans info BFN Editor-N-Cheef, Streetz reporter of the New World Order, man. You know when people do what you do and act like they could do it better than you. You know you're supposed to flex on them. Chill town shit, man. Chill town homegrown, tri-state shit. Bishop Grady, rest in peace, Danny Schaefer, Combat Jack, Mamie Johnson, Erica Garner, Jerry Lewis, Don Hogan Charles, Judge Sheila Abdul Salam. Rest in peace, my nigga Hot. My niggas is home. Hey, yo. Black Fox Newz World Broadcast number 1017. Recap, tell your station, give me a spin. Streetz reporter of the New World Order. I'm going in, I do this on the reg. I ain't never following trends, this be a fin. I'm Editor-N-Cheef, I'm in the mix. These stories would've made my last broadcast, but couldn't fit. Master Killer Raekwon, a ghost burnt glaciers of ice. 13 years later, Earth really burning glaciers of ice. That's real, it's climate change that kills. 50 Republicans still put Alaskan oil drills in the tax bill. Plus cuts from the bridge by almost 1.5 trip. Bet you won't hear all that from Uncle Murder of Mad Skills. I'm a supreme lyricist, not a clean lyricist. Just sleep and breathe balls, type fiend lyricist. J20 on trial, they was seeing be intense. But test the inauguration, now that whole team on defense. At least one was a journalist, it's obscene hearing this. Cause freedom of press is on trial now. We ain't innocent, black actors won big at the Oscars. Then we found that Hollywood's full of sexual predatory imposters. That's dozens, being accused by dozens, and not including all the folks who ain't saying nothing. Louis C.K. to Spacey to Weinstein, that's bad. Even Chris Rock's TV dad that had his ass grabbed by some old white man. They even accused Russell Simmons, but now I'm hearing about Tavis Smiley, that ain't a given.
I have never groped, I have never coerced, I have never exposed myself inappropriately to anyone
in 30 years, over 6 different networks, and there's never been any allegation of that. I celebrate and applaud these women who've had the courage to come out and to tell their truth and lead us in a conversation about how to create healthy workspaces. And I've had some of those women on my program, in fact. At the same time, I want to make sure that we don't lose all sense of nuance and proportionality in this conversation, because if we do, then people end up being guilty simply by accusation.
I want to get more.
Bill Cosby had a mistrial of a rape case. They call him Bill Cosby, people think he date rapes. They even pressed Senator Al Franken to quit for trying to forcibly kiss this army comedian chick. I'm on the fence, especially since 16 women are accused of Trump of the same shit. Life's a bitch, cause if she ain't a little pushy, our own president might grab her by the pussy. He ain't condemned neo-Nazis to avoid Moore's horny ways. He told the Daily Public lies first 40 days. Politicians paid to stay in this building's a sort of crazy. He put the part in partisan like he was sporting breaks. We got glaciers of ice ages making arrests by the dozen thousand. Even the traffic court making a mess. Even in sanctuary cities, they ain't taking a rest. Wouldn't catch me in no courts for real. They had to catch me outside like Dr. Phil girl who scored that deal. Big facts from Bishop Grady, the high priest. What more do you want from me? Like Tyrese. Astros over the Dodgers, Penguins over the Predators. Pats came back to win over the Falcons like it was regular. Warriors over Cats when Durant left 4KC. 444 was dropped by 48-year-old Jay-Z. Songs like Story of OJ show he's still Jay-Z. No Jay came home. You think he trying to kill Jay-Z? Please, if life's a game, then that nigga got the cheat code. I just raise up on everyday struggles like me goes. I take bad and boozy too, she keep close. Cardi B's Bodak Yellow brought back the East Coast. Still I keep a tunnel vision like Kodak. I'm next up from Jersey, but you already know that. Shit, that's probably why the FCC casually eradicated rules that held up internet neutrality. 5 chairman board, one was Agent Pie. Former Verizon lawyer, you know you lie. Now Verizon can charge a lot more for the same clicks. The people on websites and feds can say shit. And they trying to team up with Comcast to buy Fox. So in case you ain't concluded by now, know they the ops. Yeah, know they the ops. Fucker, yeah, they the ops. What? Yeah, no they the ops. CVS buying Aetna for $69 billion. I smell a monopoly, I got a feeling. Aetna's one of the top 5 health insurance stocks that on average nearly quintuple since Obamacare dropped. Like Damn by Kendrick Lamar. On wins and losses like Meek Mill. Whether or not you infringing the law. Khalid Browder documentary made me cringe when I saw that Kylie Jenner Pepsi ad was off the hinge like a dog. I chased my liquor with Coke. No love for Dove soap neither. FEMA gave PR shoulder like a cold freezer. Off Hurricane Maria. Rappers don't just drink whole liters and blow cheaper. Fat Joe and Rock Nation stepped up as leaders. Flew out to take care of their own, for us no one perceives us. A third of Puerto Rico still ain't got power for the season. Official death toll was less than 100. When independence say it's about 1,000. Trump ain't bankrupt him but kept help about the island. Harvey Irma and Hossein claimed dozens. From Texas, Florida, and the Caribbean, no bluffing. And I don't need no frauds like Young Money neither. I was on the top bunk of prison when Nicki got sheathed. Remy Ma almost retired like Derek Jeter. But Minaj is bad with mad styles, too many features. Won't let no diss carry me out the game like Charles Oakley. So I'm always gonna shine like that August eclipse showed me. People gon' feel me even when we ain't homies. That's why we're blocking, I let it ride. Y'all be terrified that like Umar Johnson, my credentials will be verified. Niggas could turn bitch if they sprayed like pesticides. I'm really talking food shit. I ain't talking food shit. Tyrone Hayes, Jensen, explaining on some cool shit. The EMP scared was fake, I was cooler than cool with. Insecure like East Ray, that homie I went to school with. That global cyber attack in May was nothing to fool with. And of course they tryna say that's North Korea. We still killing in Afghanistan, opioid fever. The Sackler family making billions off these prescriptions. Oxys and codeine, this all dope we hitting. 149 died in the Mexico earthquake. Trump tryna put the dream back in the worst place. He shouldn't be stressing over immigrants in the first place. Most US terrorists come from his national birthplace. He said Jerusalem's Israeli for our embassy. Most of you have voted against him making them enemies. He ain't pushing the nuclear war button yet luckily. His whole cabinet been more truth than Sarah Huckabee. While Trump lies like White Fox Newz. Bill O'Reilly got taken out by Lisa Bloom, who I respected till she worked for Black China. Then she went after Usher, cause he supposedly gave herpes to others. That big bitch, that's why he ain't touching. Crazy thing about it, y'all clowning him for that disease when most fuckers got it. So had several seats like Eli Manning, boss fire like Tom Coughlin, or where Donald get his hands in. I'm fire like dozens from Trump's cabinet. Fire like that festival in Naples. Ja Rule got sued for not having it. Truthfully, 90% of you rappers average. You moving but you like Tiger Woods. You might crash the whip. Won't teach her own no money. Getting supremacists the bread like Keaton Jones go funny. Money my chick, keep mistouching her, you won't go far. End up like the Olympian doctor Larry Nassar. Lastly, only racism can have you think you clever. I think Conor McGregor was ever gonna beat Mayweather, motherfucker. Hold up. We divesting. The biggest box office gross of blacks to date. And we still telling Kanye to get out the sunken place. Man did out that, man. Shout out Big Brawler Brand, man. LeVar Ball, I see you. Don't tell that, don't give that motherfucker no peace. Hey yo, Chance the Rapper, what up, man? Hey yo, congrats, that's a big move giving that money to the public schools up there, man. And we saw Rahm Emanuel walk out on you too. You a fuckboy though. Money is power, people is power, knowledge is power. We win at the end. Bishop Grady, man. Streetz reporter of the New World Order. You already signing out. Number 10. We did it again. We did it again, nigga. Fuck.
My vibes up, my stacks up, coming forward, you should back up. Never wanted more in this world than to show a better way for these boys and these girls. Hey, yo, I'm tired of the misconstruedness of my situation. Is that even a word? There's no humiliation. I could be wrong despite scholastic affiliations. I'm still a bishop even though it's...
He might be anonymous, but he has gravitas. Culture ain't never forgot it. Connected to his formation as a soulful human being, as an inimitable artist, but as a tradition in which people love because we are who we are because somebody loved us. It's true for everybody. Everybody. And I think part of the challenge these days is that we live in a capitalist civilization where it's more and more difficult for people to cultivate the capacity to love. And that goes to Eske's definition of hell in the Brothers Karamazov.
Right.
Hell is suffering from the incapacity to love. I was blessed to write a song with the genius Bootsy Collins in Cincinnati. The album Funk Capital of the World's last song actually is the great Father Womack. He's on the song Don't Take My Funk Away. That was for the younger generation. Take My Funk Away. But he wrote a song called When Love is a Threat. Because if you're used to living a life on surface all the time, and love is reduced to body stimulation and titillation, and image and spectacle, then when the real thing comes,
right.
ain't an Ashley Simpson used to sing about. Ain't nothing. Have you ever tried it for yourself? Yeah. Still getting it secondhand from somebody else. The real thing, love. That's a threat these days. Because it's harder for a person to open up, be vulnerable. Bring their big soul and put it in front of the other person. That's what the jazz musicians do every night. Bring their big soul and heart and say, here it is, what you think of it. What you gonna do with it? Oh, that's the great tradition. That's weaker and weaker. Why? Because the market force is out of control, the greed's out of control, big banks, corporations, buying politicians, reshaping the whole world in their image, TPP, corporate-driven policies. It's all about money, it's all about profits, it's all about wealth, it's all about spiritual malnutrition and moral constipation. That's what it is. Emptiness of the soul. That's why Brother Trump is an appropriate symbol.
Well.
Tell everybody in the world how smart he is. Let the phones be smart. You be wise.
Right. Yeah.
These days, even in school, The highest compliment you can give somebody. Oh, I'm the smartest one in the room. So what? Hitler was smart, he was a gangster.
Right.
I know a lot of white supremacists, homophobes, males, supremacists, smart as they can be. I'm not impressed by smartness. I'm not promoting stupidity, but there's a wonderful line in the voice he sold to black folk. He says, what happens to black people when they become fully assimilated in the land of smartness and knowledge?
Right.
1903. Ooh, how prescient of genius. Boys. Smartness separated from compassion and wisdom. Steve Jobs. Beyond smart. Lacking in empathy.
Yep.
To put it charitably. I'm going to go into the details. Daughter, you all know the story. That's what, again, going back to Bond said, Black Bill Gates, come on, Beyonce, you got Nina Simone in your history, girl. King in your history. I ain't got nothing against Bill Gates, but he's not exemplary when it comes to fighting for justice. He's very good on charity and philanthropy. That's wonderful. Don't confuse charity with justice.
Well.
Now, it would be nice if he encountered Bernie during his campaign, but Bernie wouldn't take his money. That's called integrity. That's called integrity. Jewish brother from Brooklyn, spent time in Vermont, bearing witness to the best of Hebrew scripture. Do justly, love mercy, walk humbly with thy God. That's what it's about. How rare that is in public life. How rare it is. Of course, he's not perfect. We gotta push him like anybody else.
Right.
Let these niggas know boss got sick of flow, ride low, eyes closed, hydro, piccolo. And them bitches know boss got thicker, don't fly you, Cairo, Oslo, poker nose, poker hope next week. I skip a whole try you, buy you, all I'm in it for. Never hit it raw, unless I hit it raw, why you lie you? Ran into a night out, rolling wide outs. Girl, it's been a while since I hit a wide out. I'm with it though, she a centerfold. Big old blunt look like tentacles. She stripping Europe in a pole. Don't remember her inner clothes. I fucked a friend, damn, they was close. Let's reunite, let's get them close. Hit them twice in a row, hit a flight, and I'm ghost. That's the last time I seen her though. She be getting too eager. Ho, stamping like it's my visa. Chiefing off of these berries. When the world gets heavy and it hurts to carry, I'm a midnight mercenary. It's lit. Feel the buzz. Might never have another. Reach into my pockets, everybody got a rubber. Somebody can roll like hell on. He be out space, say he got a case of straps in the back of the hotel cupboard. Room 508, check by the safe. She said, boy, you got a name. I ain't with the games, mind you, I gotta wait. I'm quite a patient, intoxication. Got me feeling like procreating. I'm the baker, you saw the cake and stand back. Cash my home base braces. Photo finishing. Photo finishing. It's lit. Feel the buzz. That's a New York, New York. It's lit. Feel the buzz. It's lit. Feel the buzz. New York, one time for DJ Momo on the ones and twos, man. One time for Sad Breeze in this motherfucker. 2 times for my brother Ron Gilmore, man. They really made this music y'all vibing to. For real, this mean the world to me. I appreciate y'all, New York. For real. I love y'all, man. I love y'all for this. Hey, we're gonna get back to this party, man. Y'all ready to party tonight? Hell yeah, man. Cheers, New York. Don't you open up that window. Don't you let up that antidote. Yeah, all these bills is all we know. Getting this is all we know. Don't go through the front door. It's low key at the night show. So don't you open up that window.
Peace, everyone. Welcome to the Baruti Libre Show, and I'm your host, the Baruti Libre Kafele. My topic for the Baruti Libre Show today is stages for a successful social movement. Now, with anything in life, any initiative, any project, you need to have stages. There's an anatomical, elementary, and a rudimentary structure in order to bring about growth and also to bring about progress. Now, back to the subject matter at hand. The definition of a social movement is a collective movement of an aggregate of people to bring about change within a given society. That's what a social movement is. Social movements have three different classifications. You have revolutionary movements, you have resistance movements, and you have reform movements. Revolutionary movements are insurrectionary measures to bring about political change. Insurrectionary measures are measures in which a group of people organize and mobilize amongst one another with common goals, with a common objective, and also with a common problem to bring about change for the common people within a given place or within a given territory or geographical location. You had the American Revolution, the French Revolution, the Russian Revolution, the Cuban Revolution, the various revolutionary movements during decolonization throughout Africa, Asia, and Latin America after World War II. That's what a revolutionary movement in essence is. Now, you also have resistance movements. Resistance movements are movements in which an aggregate of people work to stop change from happening because this change would play a negative effect on a group of people or an aggregate of people within a given society. Meaning that the changing of a certain law could basically impede on the life and liberty of the group of people, or should I say the civil liberties of that group of people. So they have a movement in order to resist something from occurring because it may be detrimental to the national security or should I say international order. Like for example, the United States intervening in Iraq, in which you had various groups of people protesting against that. Whether we talk about people within the United States, within cities like New York City, San Francisco, or people protesting in Cairo, Egypt, and various other parts of the globe. That's an example of a resistance movement, and also various other movements. But I'm not going to get into them because of the scarcity of time. And also you have reform movements. Reform movements are movements in which you have a group of people that are agitated, a group of people that are protesting, groups of people that are basically incessantly and tenaciously fighting to make sure that laws are changed so that their liberties could get represented and also recognized by the public sector or the governmental apparatus. We could get into the civil rights movement in which you had various civil rights laws passed, whether we talk about on the state level or the municipal level or the national level. We could talk about the gay rights movement. We could talk about the Red movement, or should I say the movement represented Native Americans as it relates to the representation of their rights, the women rights movements, various movements. Those are examples of reform movements, if you will. Basically bringing about changes or reform legislatively within a given society. Now with social movements, there are various stages. There are anatomical stages to make sure that there's efficacy or success within that movement. First, there needs to be a problem. There needs to be recognition of a problem within that given society, within that given constituency, within that given country. There needs to be a problem. Now, with that problem, you need to have members. That's step two. Stage one, a problem. Stage two, you need members. Because once there's a problem and you have members, members could all relate to that problem. And then through having that problem, that's how they have a social cohesion, a unison, or glue amongst one another, centralized around that problem. And then from there, once you recognize that there's a problem, and you have the members, then you need to organize, because what's the purpose of having members and then they're not organized? You just have disaggregated groups of people with different problems, with different motives, and with different agendas, and they're not unified with one another, so there won't be any change. You understand where I'm coming from? Now that goes into stage four. After you organize, you need to have the resources, because social movements cost money in order to sustain themselves, because we live in a capitalist society, and within a capitalist society, our needs, our necessities, our inclinations, and our wants are monetized. There's a price tag to them. And a lot of the time, in order to make ends meet, then you need to work, to the point in which that becomes a priority. Employment becomes a priority more so than the movement. So that's the reason why social movements cost money, and you need resources. So once you have the members, the members realize that there's a problem that they need to get rectified, once they organize amongst one another and have a resource, then that leads to the next stage. Whether it's legislative change, whether it's revolutionary change, or whether it's a successful movement in order to resist change, then you need the institutionalization in order to implement the manifestation of that social movement. And through the institutionalization, that's when you begin to implement the change or the resistance of change in order to bring about success, or should I say bring about harmony within a given society, if you will. So in essence, this is just a succinct video on my perspectives as it relates to social movements. So in the meantime, take care, and may you all study comparatively on different social movements. Take care, y'all have a great one.
No justice, no peace, can I be a freedom rider? Ready to change, bringing the pain and speaking lively. Yeah, power people and knowledge, and then we rise up. As long as the skies up, it's the limit. Another day laying on your ground. Hey man, you already know it's your boy Can Be Rock.
What's up, it's Angela Yee.
Hey yo, Internets, man, this is Combat Jack. I've been fucking with Bishop Grady.
All the way from Philly, man. I'm out here in Jersey City rocking with.
I got some fuck with
The Black Fox Newz.
Black Fox Newz.
Right now, you tune in to Black Fox.
I know, man. Black Fox Newz, man.
And you're watching Black Fox Newz.
The real one.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Charlie Murphy,
Mr. Grady,
Dick Gregory,
Editor-N-Cheef.
Adam West.
You already know what it
Big
is, man.
Black,
I know how to get
Chuck
down.
Berry, All the Wombi,
100 bars are better, break it, sit down.
Beyonce Nicole Robinson, Kid Fresh Ice,
Gonna do it like
Justine
this,
Davis,
man.
Chester Bennington, Jamari
Jersey
Robinson,
City,
and rest in
Pittsburgh,
pain,
what up, man?
David Rockefeller,
You on it like
Roger
this?
Hill. Fuck out of here, man.
Check it. We independent. No views bought, so get it straight. Just facts mixed with food for thought, so get a plate. Black Fox Newz World Broadcast number 8. Updating live from the tri-state of the United States. April's chemical weapons attack in Syria was fake. 3 days later, Trump dropped bombs on him. He didn't wait. Raytheon missiles basically shot out from the gate. And I ain't talking out back when I say Trump had a stake. What's your fate when the highest man, red like fireman, well-known liar, early cell phone buyer can put the travel ban on those coming from the lands of Yemen, Libya, Iran, Syria, Somalia, Sudan for 90 days. And for refugees, $1.20. Never mind, they mostly women and children who run hungry. Can't trust Muslims, so you can't trust their countries. The band's still in the courts, cause they ain't get enough money. That Citizens United ruling fucked up the country. Wells Fargo robbing niggas, what the fuck they want from me? Chasing people's loan terms without their knowledge. Meanwhile, I owe them chumps hella bands from college. But Trump shitted on Hillary to stay ahead of the ranks. Cause the Wall Street ties are poison like when lead in the paint. But he ain't show his taxes to show the bread that he make. And hire Goldman Sachs execs to stay in bed with the banks. Goldman Sachs stock served since he came into power and tried to hire 4 or 5 of them powers. He a fraud, always positioning his hands and fingers like he a broad. So to cash it on that wall without knowing the cause.
I'm not gonna pay for that wall. He should pay for it.
When he announced he run for prez, he paid for that applause. He won the war. Almost 400 airstrikes in Afghanistan. In June, then he being sued by DC and Maryland for his conflict of interest with the business he handling.
Never in the history of this country have we had a president with these kinds of extensive business entanglements, or a president who refused to adequately distance themselves from their holdings.
Golf courses hosting pro championships. Former diplomats in Trump Towers lamping and shit. He got his kids in government on some amateur shit. Speaking for him and his companies mismanaging shit. He made the former head of ExxonMobil the Secretary of State, knowing that Russia would be fans of the shit. He put Pruitt over the EPA like he ain't understanding this shit. I picked the man that wanted to dismantle the shit. And he signed papers just to green light the lifelines, the Keystone XL and Dakota Access pipelines. Took us out the Paris Climate Accord. I see the pattern for the billionaires. By any means, he'll make it happen. They'll even suck the blood out of earth and call it fracking. Shell oil, yeah, boy, Grady never lacking. The U.S. floating through hell's waters and he the captain. Fuck Donald Trump like YG and Nipsey, that shit was cracking. This guy's apathy is off the meter. Folks want him impeached. Like Park Chung-hai or South Korea. The country north of that, Trump won the war with their leader. Cause they keep playing with nukes, but that tension runs deep. In the Korean War, from 50 to 53, the U.S. bombed them niggas more than they did to the Japanese. Only left a couple buildings and took out millions. Of course, North Korea strapped. They like, fuck y'all feelings.
Will be met with fire, fury, and frankly power, the likes of which this world has never seen before.
Kim Jong-un ain't the only one who inherited wealth, whose rise to prominence wasn't off of merit itself. While we scramble for crumbled chips with the cards that we dealt, Donald started real estate with $1 million in help from his pops Fred Trump, who had made his way through real estate, but was also linked with the KKK. Charlottesville so how that group supporting Trump today. Before he knew they smoked weed, they were A-OK with Attorney General Jeff Sessions. Y'all know he ain't living right. Lied to the Senate, pump faking for civil rights. He is down as Vanilla Ice, another government sorcerer. Milking crime suspects for asset forfeiture, and Donald dissed him like he wasn't the homie. Anybody standing next to Trump could get the James Comey. I'm naughty by nature, I do my dirt up on my lonely, cause these niggas Michael Flynn, the Mike Pence, straight phony. Like transgenders, that's military members that got fighting for Trump and Mike Pence on their agenda. What's that mean? I thought about that while puffing on the valley. Trump still being sued for inciting violence at his rallies. A nerdy gangster, I won't call him a snitch, but he always tweeting out his feelings like a stone cold bitch. All you do is spread hate and give fake love. You and Barron Trump probably share the same gloves. Is it makeup or does your skin color really look tangerine when you wake up? The only president to color the curve, the NAACP. You defend whites, but you ain't even a race to me. Every day you're egregious. Knew I had to get you slaughtered when I caught you on national TV hitting on your daughter.
Though she does have a very nice figure. I've said that if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know.
We know about them Epstein parties, you could've brought her. That's why I'm Streetz reporter of the New World Order. I'ma keep exposing evil till the evil is checked. Even when good get enough strength to leave me a check. I look at myself in the mirror, self, at least you the best. You got bars that resonate from the east to the west. Here's some societies that's known for centralizing power through collusion, rituals, and extortion of cowards. And the slight chances from gradual power acquisition. Cause power corrupts you to put your people in position. First the Jesuits and Masons that actually live among us. Knights Templar, Knights of Malta, and of Columbus. Black nobility, brotherhood of the snake. Some of the council of foreign relations that can't relate. Russell Trust is just a front for skull and bones. And before the presidential race came down to them alone. That's John Kerry and George Bush. Is that fair? British Royal Institute of International Affairs. The Order of the Quest or the Jason Society. The Order from the Mormons, can't forget the Illuminati. The Vashanaya of Afghanistan, the Kabbalah. The Pope approved the elected world head of the Knights of Malta. Ancient and mystical order of the Rosicrucians. The Rockefellers could tell you what the Bilderberg group is. The world's ballers who meet in The Hague in Switzerland. Run by former Nazi Prince Bernard of the Netherlands. They had to have a vision. When all of North America, Europe, and Japan made the Trilateral Commission. We got Rosicrucians, Yale scrolling keys, and all divine nine knows the Sigma Pi Phi. And they are AKA the Boule, like William Du Bois, Arthur Ashe, and Mel K. These are the New World Order groups I verify. You determine if you should be more or less petrified. Surely there's other groups seeking control. Some stories going deep and ain't easily told. There's some full times I watching our freedoms be sold. Even domestically, asking folks at Bohemian Grove. I first learned about that through Alex Jones. Now he made himself a fake news bumbling clone. You might have seen him in today's media getting chunked. You was real but karma biting your ass for supporting Trump. You can't ride for the truth and ride for Donald. That's why the both of you clowns is looking like Ronald. You think he keep it real cause he rule. I'm not having it. A filthy elitist and you can tell by his cabinet. For his impeachment, I don't get how you ain't adamant. Maybe bipolar folks attract like magnets. Yeah, I said it. BFN Editor-N-Cheef. And my bars will make them shake from the west up to the east. See, this is big facts now. Bringing folks news. Been focused, nigga. This basically fucking new. We rolling for necessities, bringing the future near. This blessings for niggas, bombs forever nuclear. Battling fuck niggas, bling flames and nuggets. Business Fortune Network to those who really want it. Being free Negroes, so we don't need heroes. This a newscaster with the flow that's beneath zero. Whose aim is to keep the people conscious. Hopefully, this ain't mistaken for no terrorist content. Facebook, Twitter, Google, and Microsoft forming a database to store terrorist content to keep the planet safe. Hopefully, we ain't becoming totalitarian. Like hopefully, POTUS ain't normalizing white Aryans. Can't chance it, so I'm deadly with the writtens. Lyrically, I just cut Trump head off like Kathy Griffin. What? Who won Tesla, man? Bishop Grady with an A for him. I hope you not a Trump supporter. Here you go, baby. Hey. It's the new ever hip hop, man. Conscious 2.0. I said 2.0 before, but we at 4 or 5.0 at this point, man. Shit. This ain't never been done before. Oh yeah, Donald Trump. We watch him. Fuck boy. You look foolish. But if there ain't no justice, ain't no fucking peace, nigga. Better get your peace, nigga. When you in them streets, nigga, don't be a deceased, nigga. A young mom, only child, leave it the least, nigga. Or eager to peace, nigga. It's more easy to beast, nigga. They telling me preach.
Stuff you're talking about, I lived through some of that stuff. Have you heard of Willie Lynch? Willie Lynch says,
everybody needs to read.
You will conquer us if you keep us divided. So how are you going to unite to get this going?
See, my thing is,
because right now I think you might be a little bit too heavy. Everybody might not be.
No, we need that. It's too late. We need heaven.
because we've been too light for too long. We've been too light for too long. Well, black power, but if we're all equal. No, man. If we don't, okay, I'm too heavy, right? Martial law will be here by September. I guarantee it. And y'all don't wish y'all listen. When they like FEMA camp for you, FEMA camp for you, FEMA camp for you, Miss Righteous, FEMA camp for you, FEMA camp for you. And there's nothing wrong with it. I see your divinity, but you gotta understand that white man don't care about that. He don't care about you not littering and eating vegetables and being so spiritual. You're going to the FEMA camp. Say it like that. You're going. Whether you're.
How are you gonna build that unity? This is
No, it's not about, my thing is this, it's not about building the unity. It's about convincing our people to allow people like me to do my job. Because black people distract. If I go outside right now, get some goons, and be like, yo, we strapped, we protecting the block. There's gonna be black people who be like, y'all crazy, y'all radical, and call the police. So it's about letting black people know, you can be righteous, but let me be the warrior I am. Everybody not a samurai. Some people just make the sword. So if you make the sword, if you making the sword, don't judge me, but I kick it with you, queen.
All right, so we got the homie Young Pharaoh in the building. And shout out to Quanice Jones for having us in there. You know what I mean? Building.
Come here, Quanice.
No doubt. You know what I mean? The queen over here had us out building up here, Hartford CT and all of that. So I'm catching up with the homie Young Pharaoh. A few questions to ask you based off of what was just talked about in there. First off, I want to start with tell the people where you. I know a lot of people know about you, but tell the people where you from and how did you get on your route towards consciousness?
That's right. I'm from Buffalo, New York. When we dealing with geographical land locations. In my route towards consciousness, truthfully, I say this all the time, I kind of always been conscious. I never was able to be mentally infiltrated with the Jesus composition. As a kid, people would tell me stories. It sound like fallacy. I never allowed it. So I was kind of what you would call a hardhead. So basically, just as a child, I just always protected myself internally until I grew up and got to a certain age where I was able to seek knowledge for myself and express myself. So I always just knew the truth as a kid. It's just I had to keep that shit to myself so I could stop getting whoopings. I got a lot of whoopings asking some valid questions. So I had to keep it to myself till I got a certain age. And then once I got about 14, 15, maybe even 13, I want to say I started researching, reading books. I started reading books early on my own, and I grew into who I am today.
I dig that, because you was definitely dropping some heavy knowledge in there. All right, last question. What are 2 or 3 of the top things you think the revolutionaries need to focus on in terms of usurping the white supremacist establishment?
All right, when we dealing with revolutionaries, I'm gonna say people like me and you, because we know everybody in them, as Farrakhan like and Jesse Jackson, they faking. So people like me and you, what we need to focus on is linking with like minds, because those who act like they don't see color don't see the whole picture. You see, if you was in the jungle and people say I don't see black and white, I don't see color. Well, if you was colorblind and you was in the jungle, you would never know what fruit not to eat because it's poisonous, because your ass don't see color. So it is through color that nature lets you know what's bad for you. Yeah. Because if you didn't see color, you would never know you was walking into Alaska and was about to freeze to death with your silly ass. So stop making yourself colorblind because you scared to face the problem. Right. So with that being said, people like me and you, we need to link with like minds, build a community, and just hold our community down. That's all we can do. Because our people is not going to support us because they too busy loving J's, they too busy loving weed, they too busy loving hip-hop, fucking Empire, BET Awards, that they don't see the injusticeness, or they don't see that we have been globally infiltrated. So my advice to real black people like me and you is to come together, bring our women together, our children together, love each other respectfully, not just intellectually, but righteously. You don't got to be a goddamn scholar to be conscious. You got to be righteous. So that being said, we need to build a righteous community, and anybody that's not righteous needs to be kept on the outskirts by any means necessary. If you come in this motherfucker selling drugs, raping, womanizing, beating, you bring the Caucasian in our community, we're going to down you. Straight like that. Ain't no talking to you. And we're going to hold it down righteous. That's the best advice I can give you. Because if I tell you to go out and be a murderer, it will be in vain. And stop acting colorblind. Because like I said, imagine if you really couldn't see color. You wouldn't know how to live. It is through color that nature tells you what's good for you. Right. So act like you don't know the color white ain't bad for you. Act like you don't know snow is white. And when snow comes, summer leaves, all life and vegetation stops. Act like you don't know parasites and maggots is white, and when they come, they kill you from the inside out. Act like you don't know the white man, every time he jumped off the boat in a foreign land, at least 85% of the people that was there before him become eradicated. Act like you don't know the color white reflects light. Act like you don't know that sunlight actually gives you intelligence, and by the white man just being white, he's actually reflecting and rejecting the intelligence from the creator. So how you gonna be friends with a motherfucker who biologically denies the cosmos? You sound silly. So righteous people who willing to stand on what we know as righteousness for the universe, we need to come together and just keep everybody out, like how Buddhist monks do. See, Buddhist monks don't go into the world fighting problems. They just step outside of the world and make sure the world don't come up in they shit. That's what we need to do. We need to create a sanctuary for righteous people to live and get your ass up out of here if you're not righteous, or we gonna down you. Straight like that.
Say no more, sounding out.
Can I get a drum roll, please? A fucking encore, let me hear y'all OD. Let's try this again. Can I get a drum roll, please? A fucking encore, let me hear y'all OD. What I'm talking about. It's Blizzy Black, the soul of Kizzy's back. We done flipped the script when history brought it back. Mamas gave slavery, others lack bravery. We've been outcast like Suge Avery. The dumb think the smart ain't intelligent. Fuck the dumb is irrelevant.
Avenue on them, Blake Ave, East New York, Brooklyn. It's Ty Black, Queen Blizzy, word. It's the infinite ground. Right, Black and Cypress. Team side, set aside. I read both my heritage, word. It's the perfect combination. Styling on them, the remix featuring Mr. Cheeks. That's the only joint, the only song.
Yeah, that shit fire.
In this summer.
That shit fire.
You got your shades. We got the first editions popping. Black with the splash of yellow. About to drop the next color, but we really not gonna be an official styling on them if you ain't get the first classics. Word.
Right.
Gotta have that.
This that one y'all been waiting for. Like a modern day classic. It's Blizzy. Adidas kicks, straight backs. Go fronts, the vibe, we bring it back. It's get fresh, but be you. We don't need frost to fake, we see through. And we styling on them. Hands up if you styling on them. Hands up, we styling on them. Hands up if you styling on them.
Hey yo, you can rap about your drugs and killing, but I rap about how I be chilling. With the foodies making moves out of state, and cross seas getting cheese, don't hate. 20 years in the game, still going, and I'm spit them balls still flowing. You know me, man, my shit don't stop. Well, they gave me the mic, cause my shit gon' pop. Oh, go get it, I'm gon' get it. I'm a low budget baller, I'm always with it. Dice in the hand, more money on that. Niggas get lit, bro, we get trapped. We back in the building, our shit gon' rock. Rep yo block and my block, I love hip-hop. Same nigga that I've been from the day I came. Still styling on these niggas, man, you know my name.
Snow Daddy kicks, straight backs. Go fronts, the vibe, we bring it back. It's get fresh, but be you. We don't need frost to fake, we see through. Got the shades poppin', styling on them. Hands up if you styling on them. Got yours, we styling on them. Hands up if you styling on them. It's Ty Blizzy on the scene. Listen, watch me do my thing. And I just got clean, feeling like the hot boys when they made bling bling. I've been styling on them, ran it so long, blew the mileage on them. I'm just feeling the whole vibe. It's like the time that you go live. Smooth like yurt, this winter, brought out first. Cause my mom's gotta see me do it. If I don't, I'ma feel like I blew it. What up, sis? Smooth like yurt, this summer, bought the braids back. Bought it back, cause I'm feeling like I gotta set it off. But I'm 10 times Cleo when I let it off. Adidas kicks, straight backs. Go fronts, the vibe, we bring it back. It's get fresh, but be you. We don't need frost to fake, we see through. And we styling on them. Hands up if you styling on them, yo. We styling on them. Hands up if you styling on them. Salute, Lost Boys. Mr. Cheek intro. Buddy Brooklyn Queens. Add a little bit of Philly in there.
styling on them. Blizzy out the cave. It's a thin line between what you should pay for and what you shouldn't know.
Mad scientists, angry with reality. We painted pictures that ain't made it to the galleries.
We're uniting the families. So we've united Legacy Garner with Kyla Gurley, being that they went through similar situations with their dads being murdered by the NYPD.
Can I get a drum roll, please? A fucking encore. Let me hear your OD. Brooklyn!
She was riding away from in the car, and then she crashed. And they was getting her out of the car, but she was unarmed like that. So we just basically wanted to give an introduction to the whole Black Lives Matters, because Black Lives Matters is not only about when people are murdered. In response to Raven Simone's statement that she doesn't like labels, she doesn't want to be labeled anything, particularly African American and gay. But she does want to be called American, which is also a label. So there's some contradiction there. Clearly, she doesn't want to be associated with African American and gay because those are labels that are looked down on, you know. What I would suggest to her is to gain knowledge, because just from her statement having contradiction, and it shows that she doesn't keep herself knowledgeable. Study your history, study your roots, and you would not want to disassociate yourself with this. If you were to tap into your roots, you were to know the greatness and strength that you come from and how more rich and wealthy you would be in soul. Your pocket money means nothing if you're broken in soul. Right now, you're broken. So go ahead and gain knowledge. What you're suffering from is self-hatred. Also in response to Little Boozy saying that the worst race is the black race, you also suffer from self-hatred. You suffer from a lack of higher knowledge. If you were to do your research, you would know that the worst race is the one that has raped every country. That's not us. You would know that the reason why many of us are in a low condition is from the worst race. So go ahead and do your knowledge. And we want to thank you guys for being honest and stepping forward, because we know that self-hatred exists, but if we're quiet, we won't know who to diagnose it with. So now we know to add you to the category. And also to Raven, your sassy black attitude is what made the people fall in love with you in the first place. So respect your own and be yourself. Who taught you to hate yourself?
Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleed to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate your balance from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own time?
There's cameras in the cable box, I just thought you should know. They've been watching your whole life like the Truman Show. You got knocked, they ain't snitch, find a way to recoup. As a people, Bondis ain't nothing new. He ain't been around when you need him, you dislike him. Yet you was flesh in his blood, you just like him. She in search of the love from her dad, seeking other men for the love that he had. Your feet ain't been nailed to the ground, why to stand still? Moms can't get it to budge, but the bands with my peoples take to the lighter skin tone. Push the darker ones back, what the fuck is y'all on? Everybody wanna be us, y'all don't. All the women wearing their hair, y'all won't. Fuck Willie Lynch, nigga Lynch that shit. Be yourself if you really that bitch. Men to go back and forth, no violence and plans, but a woman speak out and he raising his hands. Women dating women now, they don't like it. These men ain't been around for the women, so don't knock it. You got your gangbangers that'll shoot a nigga down, but be quiet as a mouse when the cops come around. Real G's don't stay in the box, they take over. Look around, you in the box, they stand over. Good come to those who wait, the gift and the curse. Distant waters doesn't quench my immediate thirst, so pour it up, a picture full of blessings. Swallowing the truth, got a mouth full of blessings. Allow you to be taught, don't allow you to be bought. Branded and sold, here's some answers I feel you need to know enough.
Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleed to get like the white man?
Why is that dog ugly?
Peace, everyone. Welcome to the Baruti Libre Show, and I'm your host, Baruti Libre Kafele. My topic for the Baruti Libre Show is entitled this: We are all intelligent. I repeat, we are all intelligent. A lot of the behavior of humanity may be frivolous. A lot of the behavior may be evil. A lot of the behavior may be inimical towards the greater good, or should I say the progress within humanity. A lot of the behavior may be mischievous, ignominious, stupid. But believe it or not, we are all intelligent. Now, I say this in reference to the multiple intelligence theory by someone by the name of Howard Gardner, who coined it in 1983, who is a Harvard scholar, and he created something called the multiple intelligence theory. Now, with the multiple intelligence theory, there are multiple intelligences. There's musical intelligence, people that are dexterous when it comes to musically creating something or curating something musically, creating a tonality which is rhythmic, or creating a tonality which invigorates or entertains us. That's an intelligence, believe it or not. There's interpersonal intelligence, being communicative, eloquently conveying your point so that the other person can apprehend or understand what you're saying, making sure that the receiver of the information is perspicacious of what you're saying, making sure that they have an understanding, that you could grasp the concepts, grasp the paradigm, or grasp, in essence, what you're saying. And also, there's spacious intelligence. With spacious intelligence, in essence, people that are visual artists. And visual artists are, in essence, people that are metaphorical. They create their own universe in a tangible way through a painting or whatever the case may be, their interpretation of something, and that galvanizes or impresses the people. And also, people may have their own interpretation of what that may be. That's intelligence as well, because not everyone could draw, not everyone or anyone could paint something or do anything of that nature. That's a form of intelligence. Additionally, there's kinesthetic intelligence. People that could dance, people that are involved with choreography, people that are involved with gymnastics. In essence, for example, there are Olympic Games every 4 years in which you go win gold, silver, or bronze medals because of your kinesthetic intelligence. And also there's intrapersonal intelligence, which is in essence having an intuitive sense of what's going on around you within the cosmos or interpersonally as you're interacting within society among different groups of people. Intrapersonal intelligence is very important, knowing who you are, self-actualization, knowing which role you play among a different group of people. That's an intelligence as well. Additionally, there's linguistic intelligence, because there are people that speak multiple languages. And also within a heterogeneous, and should I say a diverse society, a diverse global society due to globalization, which is the connectivity and integration of various groups of people politically, ecologically, digitally, economically, whatever the case may be, you need to be dexterous linguistically. And there are people that are born or innate with that skill, or people that develop that skill just through living, through hard work, through dedication, through discipline, or whatever the case may be. And additionally, there's logical and mathematical intelligence, people that are analytically minded, that are able to solve problems, whether we talk about within a mathematical class, or solve an algebraic expression, a geometric expression, solve a trigonometric expression, or whatever the case may be. They could solve problems within that class, but then again, be able to solve problems analytically and efficiently within the society. And also there's natural intelligence, in which someone is innately intelligent, in which we're all innately intelligent, but some have some innate skills more so than others, even while others had to develop that just through living. Now, there are various forms of intelligences, and I just want to let you all know that don't let anyone stop you, don't let anyone impede you from progress, and don't let anyone verbal pessimism stop you from achieving what you had to achieve. You need to find what you're good at and empower that, or if you have something that you're interested in that you're not good at, work on empowering that, and don't let no one stop you. So in the meantime, this is my motivation for you from me, Baruti Libre, and may you all have a great day. Be intelligent, people. Salute.
If I lost it, I didn't need it. I've been conceited, yep, I'm too cold, I tend to greet it. I tend to be with blood niggas like I've been anemic. And I can see it, but that swagger shit I can't agree with. You niggas are sleeping, mattress, Tempur-Pedic. I've been defeated, but this war shit I live and read it. So another dad laying on your ground.
Hey, yo, into this, man. This is Combat Jack. I'm fucking with Bishop Grady.
Supported Bishop Grady, the Editor-N-Cheef, Black Fox Newz.
Black Fox Newz. You're now watching Black Fox Newz.
Black Fox Newz, man. We in the hood, man. Shit real.
Black Fox Newz.
More bullets break the speed.
Black Fox Newz.
Now watching Black Fox Newz.
R.I.P. Fidel Castro, Seth Ritz, Tommy Ford, Dr. Sebi, Philando Castile, Corbin Gaines, Alton Sterling, Freddie Gray, Samir Rice, Darren Sills, DeAndre Joshua, my nigga Reese, Smoke, my nigga Hot, what up, man? We in here. I tell you little people stop like cross guards when mentioning who going far. Hating, I'm my own navigation. Cold porn star. Drop jewels, spit the news, kick my views, all balls. Beat these beats up so bad to try stay on the world star. And this ain't even rap, homie, this a broadcast. I give you facts and current events while I talk trash. You all trash if you ask my dudes. You now watching the Editor-N-Cheef for Black Fox Newz. Some states minimum wages over $10 for work now. Tell Taylor Smith and Young Thug to pull their skirts down. We living in ill times. The courts wanna kill my only presidents. I'll vote for myself for Jill Stein.
Bishop for president.
Only presidents I need are dead or slave owners. And that's to build my own media. Fuck your payolas. Grady a straight soldier and I ain't having no tantrums. Cause Colin Kaepernick won't stand for the national anthem. Do your history, chump. That song is rooted in racism like Mississippi's Confederate History Month.
Governor Phil Bryant signed a proclamation declaring April as Confederate History Month.
You can't back down because of a few people that are trying to make an issue out of something. And that's why he's standing firm with the way things have always been.
It's rooted in racism like the war on terror, the war on drugs and thugs, the whole war ever. It's rooted in racism like the Blue Lives Matter bill and the whole prison system. Black folks should be mad at Bill Clinton's 3 strikes in the dugout. It isn't funny. This the first year Hillary stopped taking that prison money. And they foundation sucks, but I'ma get to that later. Trump went bankrupt 6 times trying to get to that paper. I think WikiLeaks was Chef Rich to get to that data about the DNC's elections and them rigging it major.
Authorities have ruled his death as a robbery gone wrong, but police records indicate nothing was stolen from Rich.
Rich's murder made national news because of his job with the Democratic National Committee as the Director of Voter Expansion Data.
That was just a robbery, I believe, wasn't it?
No, there's no finding. So
what are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting that our sources take risks and they become concerned to see things occurring like that.
Exposed the hole in politics that's as big as a crater. Neglecting Bernie Sanders, media ain't give him no flavor. Rich got killed probably for trying to give him that favor. Now it's 25K up forever, get to them haters. My girl's Alicia Keys bad when you don't see him in makeup. And get more exposure than billionaires in the Panama Papers. A.I. Shaq and Cheryl Swoops made the Hall of Fame, much deservedly. Shit, I don't know about y'all, man. U.S. government got travel warnings for you weird traffickers. For most of the Middle East and the top half of Africa. Tunisia to Congo, Mauritania to Somalia. Right next to Yemen where America might body it. Cause Saudi Arabia trying to blow them to pieces. With our $1 billion arms deal like the Carmel won't reach us. Yo, Brooks Brothers, Brown Brothers, Harriman and Barclays, Norfolk Southern, Canadian National Railway, AIG, New York Life Insurance, USA Today, CSX, Lehman Brothers, Aetna, JP Morgan Chase, Fleet, Boston, Rothschild, Markovia Banks, all benefited from slavery and holding their ranks. On Juneteenth, slavery ended with the 13th Amendment. For everybody except criminals, I thought they was finished, Almost 800 commutations Obama made. Drug offenders out early, the policy's kinda late. I microwave before this $1 trillion debt hitting me. Or I can shake shit up like that earthquake in Italy. Over 290 bodies caught in the process. Buildings fell like the Roman Empire's. Homage paid by the universe for the carnage. Slain Africa, cause Genghis Khan couldn't be Scipio Africanus. West Africa, Caribbeans, 13 colonies. And slave trade routes, these hurricanes be following. So while we worry about Matthew trying to rape us to death, that hurricane laid almost 900 Haitians to rest. Media companies barely covered it, that's a goddamn shame. Probably exploiting them for minerals through goddamn rain. That's why I made BFN, cause they so goddamn lame. That's why your girl wanna hang like a goddamn chain. She wanna merge it like that Bayer and Monsanto deal. Like AT&T bought Time Warner for over 85 bill. Mama splurge for majorities if you and me chill. Like Will and Jada did the Sixers with that 250 mil. I'm a ridiculous polygamist if we bone. Wifey won't want me to lay the pipe like the government, the Keystone. Like Native Americans to the North Dakota access. 17 million paid the cops to bring a mass stress. Rubber bullets, tear gas, concussion grenades, sound cannons, water cannons like a dozen parades. They should have strapped up like that Bundy Brigade. Did that Oregon Federal building like war was nothing to wage. And they probably voted for Trump, so this they coming to age. Guess they don't care about his parties with girls under the age. Forget Gloria Albert trying to get them sluts to get paid. This sexist, racist, rapist can hurt us in hundreds of ways. He got a cabinet full of millionaires with no scruples. Italian and Russian mob ties are so crucial. He wanna bring back stopping friends when there's no proof. Donald with no scams like Vomit with no news. Clinton Foundation on the other hand, front like they be trying to help the brother man when they got another plan. Peep-Out Bill pimp the Haitian rice economy. Now they use the relief on the flip opulent properties. Quid pro quo, just how they do their speeches for the lobbyists and leeches. There's a poly on the beaches. The Glass-Steagall repeal that they did led to today's Wall Street takeover, you dig? R.P. Vincent Foster, some shit I can't forgive. They need ego checks, like how the U.S. can't forgive Puerto Rico debt. But lies. Trump won and took the world by surprise. Make American great again, like that's bravery. It's built off exploitation, racism, and slavery. In other words, this shit was never made for me. So I put the truth to your face like Maybelline. Sterling niggas still both shot by cops. All charges against the Freddie Gray cops were dropped.
Oh, look, bro, look at leg. Look at his leg. That boy leg look broke. His leg broken. Y'all dragging him like that.
The Chicago's felony murder rule, now the block is hot. And Lil Wayne speak on racism like an op that shot. What the fuck he thought that song George Bush was about? Man, he been wildin' ever since he made Drought. That's editorial. From the first rapper to do a vid at MLK Memorial. This community service, not just for glory though. The system always trying to curb my people like Rihanna did Drake. Didn't she tell you that she was a savage? You late. See, there's prison labor protests, student loan repayment strikes. Cops killed in marches against killer cops, don't make it right. Like in Dallas when they tried to blame Courtney Hughes for 5 cops killed. But was it even murder? Where's the proof? Social engineers playing meticulously, and George Soros pays BLM ridiculously. Speaking of billionaires, the Rockefellers funded the Zika virus in the cure. But look it up, don't listen to me. See, I'm a renegade. I know that y'all been afraid. Talk tough and be sweet like that little girl lemonade. I'm hotter than Super Earth. My thoughts span the universe. Would blast off, but gotta move a few units first. Shout out to the Missouri U football squad. Got the president kicked out cause he wasn't on the job. 400 parts per million carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Highest concentration of all time. We still giving Israel billions in military aid when they the hub for organ harvesting and Jones made. But I'll be back with more to sever than gotta hustle, need a new coup. Not talking to Brazilian president. Yeah.
No power. My greatest power is knowledge. Death ain't got more power than life. You right. I feel more power in love. Much more powerful than all the above. I see you strapped up, but ain't no Eternity was good. You know we out here buzzing. And another one. Like bees in the hornet's nest. We so cool, stay so fly. You know that we be yanking it, we do it all the time. You see me in the club, reppin' hard for homicide. You know you see me yanking it, I do it all the time. We so cool, stay so fly. You know that we be yanking it, we do it all the time. You see me in the club, reppin' hard for homicide. You know you see me yanking it, I do it all the time. Free hat, R.I.P. cool, I yank it all the time. We still them dudes, reppin' hard for homicide. Might have seen it on the news, so wave your hands around like you waving 22s. Bring them back down, bounce your knees with it too. You see me in the club, peace God, what it do? Looking in my cup, in and out like a car. My fellas showing love, wildin' out at the bar. While you whip it and you name it, we gon' yank it like we stars. Laughing to the bass, smoking nuggets out the jar. Business still booming, so our dreams not far. Throw your guns up if you down to go to war. Bullets leave lives scattered, but black lives matter. So we all up in here and we in this shit together. Never mess with fake ones, cause they snitching on whoever. Point them out, tell them who can yank it better. Shoot that. So cool, stay so fly. You know that we be yanking it, we do it all the time. You see me in the club, reppin' hard for homicide. You know you see me yanking it, I do it all the time. We so cool, stay so fly. You know that we be yanking it, we do it all the time. You see me in the club, reppin' hard for homicide. You know you see me yanking it, I do it all the time. Go and do your dance. Throw it up right now, yank it right now. Mix it up right now, bring it back down. North end right now, south end right now. Go and do your dance. Throw it up right now, yank it right now. Mix it up right now, bring it back down. North end right now, west end right now. Hey, OSS3 out now. Family affair on the way, little bitch.
Yeah, we got the homie Future Lie in the building. You know what I'm saying? Half his own, you feel me? You know what I mean? Glad to have you out here. It's time crime. I heard you opening up for Fab, right?
Yep, tonight.
Yeah. Oh, alright. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Energetic, ready to get this performance out there, get the stage right.
Alright, definitely wanted to, definitely, it's an honor to have you on camera, you know what I mean? We definitely, Black Fox Newz, we about showing off definitely upcoming talent. You feel me? Yeah. Let me ask you this: that name Future Alive intrigued a lot of people, man. How'd you come up with that name? Where that name from?
I had the name Future already since like probably like 06, I want to say 05. And I've been putting out projects with the name Future for a while. And I went from Future to Future Montana. Then French.
Yeah, I saw that.
So
yeah.
I had to switch it up, but I didn't switch it up on some regular. I just switch the name. It came to me after being shown the math and the knowledge from the 5% of the movement, mentioning the guys on the earth. So after that, I'm like, man, I noticed that certain MCs, they would take their names after certain people. Like Pac would have Machiavelli, Big would have Frank White. So I chose Clarence 13X, Allah. That was also his alias. So Clarence 13X, aka Allah, Clarence. So I said, you know what, since I'm into the math right now, into the knowledge, and I'm building on that, got to the alphabets and et cetera, I said, you know what, I love this shit, so I'm just gonna put Allah to my name as an artist.
So you know I must delete, yup, wipe me down from my head to my feet. The future's so hot, watch you put it on repeat, yeah. Shorty says she like the way I walk. She also says she like the way I talk. Probably think I'm from New York, but no, I'm from Hartford, dog. When niggas never hesitate to spark it off. Hey, Shorty says she like the
niggas weak. Bang on them like Sean Bradley. Cross your team out like they all tallies. My flow attract crowds, cause rallies. You want me on the track? Name your Fisher Price. I'm Derek Fisher in the fourth, nigga. How I hit the lights.
You definitely had the streets on spaz, no doubt. I peed big, man.
Like that, man.
Yeah.
I'm from Hartford, riding the bus. Like people around, they know. Like, we were getting a lot of views and a lot of shit back there. It was only like 16, 17, so I was really just trying to keep that way. That's why some people ask me now, like, oh, you don't think it's a contradiction of something you talk about? But I'm like, man, I'm still a nigga in the hood at the end of the day. It's only so much I can be conscious, but everything around me is a whole other picture. I gotta paint that picture.
Exactly.
What, if God was an MC, would he just only talk about good shit? If you read the Bible, God was doing some crazy shit to motherfuckers, certain people, you feel me? So he would expose the good and the negative. For what I would think about it, So I gotta bring the negative what's still going on in the environment, because it ain't changed. Then I gotta bring what I want to see in the future and what I want the youth to hear and certain things, to bring a message in there.
Hey, you always had that conscious tense though. So where did that come from exactly?
Well, it just came from my own studies and going into wanting to learn about different things, and being a black man in America and stuff like that, and trying to figure out what is the bigger issue and stuff like that. So once you get into just a little bit of wanting to know why is things happening and where you from about the block, it's just gonna open a wide spectrum.
Yeah, it's a snowball effect.
Exactly.
Right?
So the consciousness just came from me just wanting to do more. After some of my closest friends died, I had two of my best friends that died in the same year. One was at the top of the year, one was at the end of the year. So after that, I'm like, man, my whole mind was just everywhere, and I'm like, man, what is going on? Why is this happening? These good dudes that died, you feel me, from gun violence and shit like that. So after that, it's like, man, fuck it. I'm just gonna go into reading more books and get into lessons, and my shit just from there just
start figuring out what because it really make you want to figure out what the fuck going on. Why this happening? I definitely respect that.
So I guess the question of why is what really got me into this shit.
Or my website, futureonline.com. Make sure y'all say that right there. I'm gonna talk to you on this one.
All I see is diamonds, all I see is mansions. Big corporations making expansions. Knocking down trees, blowing down leaves. Chemtrails in the sky to the world free. All I see is diamonds, all I see is mansions. Big corporations making expansions.
Knocking down trees, blowing down leaves. Chemtrails in the sky to the world free. Nigga, you can't take your face off. I move through earth like an 8-ball. Jungle fever, this an 8-card. Lay that knife off your chest off.
Work, get the shake off. A million men just like Farrakhan. My queen with me, she my Mulan. We need our land back like natives. We want that world back like Africans. I can't believe this is
happening. I thought we went through a recession. I wonder how we adapted. This gonna cause Great Depression. The president already chosen. I don't wait for elections.
shouldn't have to pay for college. Religion is an institution, and God we trust in your wallet. Selling dreams like they boosting, skeletons in the closet.
All I see is diamonds, all I see is mansions. Big corporations making expensive. Knocking down to blowing down to controls in the sky to the world.
All I see is diamonds, all I see is mansions. Big corporations making expansions. Knocking down trees, blowing down leaves. Chemtrails in the sky to the world free. Speed race.
Destroy the whole, there's no limit. Destroy the whole, there's no limit. You give me the top, you give more limits. Cause I could be busting if the bees die. But I still press off if the leaves drop. And if brother you ever see the beast side, you will know the truth, you believe lies. Prepare for war in my me time. Chasing dreams on my free time. There's someone like this, a peace sign.
Pushing to the max like a Nissan. No, we don't pray because we gods. In kingdoms, we don't need jobs. Everybody will be doing shit. Not canned in like some tuna fish. Black planet like a Mooney clips. Every king should have a vision. Not locked up in the prison. Brainwashed up in the system. Every day is a mission. Culture, freedom, tradition. Don't work hard but efficient. Don't talk too much and just listen. Michael Jordan needed pimping. How else will he get assistant? Together everybody achieve more. Fuck you think you need a team for? Don't get lost in the wilderness. Pursue the happiness, Will Smith. You'll never find another real as this.
All I see is diamonds, all I see is mansions. Big corporations making expansion. Knocking down trees, blowing down leaves. Get your hands on the big corporations making expansion. Knocking down trees, blowing down leaves. Chemtrails in the sky to the world free.
My topic for the Baruti Libre show is a question that I would like to pose to you all. What is the solution for the lead contamination of water within the African American community? I repeat, what is the solution for lead contaminated water within the African American community? Now, for those who may not know, Flint, Michigan, a city with 100,000 citizens, with the majority of the citizens of that community being African American, had problems with contaminated water, or they have problems with contaminated water. Water contaminated with lead. Now, lead is poisonous for humanity. Lead is poisonous for a human to drink. It's poisonous. It could cause neurological damage. It could inhibit growth. It could cause learning disabilities. It could cause seizures, comas, nausea. It could cause fatality. But unfortunately, there's lead contamination within the water within Flint, Michigan. Lead contamination, because originally water came from Lake Huron. But due to the fact that, the governments or the public sector wanted to save money, they instead got water from the Flint River, in which the water is adulterated and contaminated. Now, we relied on the public sector in order to solve our problems, but unfortunately, the citizens of Flint suffer from Legionnaire disease and also a whole lot of health problems, an array of amount of health problems, unfortunately. And also in Newark, New Jersey, the same thing. 30 schools had to get shut down in Newark, New Jersey because of increased lead levels within the water. Increased lead levels within the water. We're talking about the progeny of our nation, the youth, meaning that they don't care about the youth. But what we need to do is this. We need to stop relying on the public sector. We need to stop relying on these corporations in order to solve a lot of our problems, because they do not have our best interests at heart. Their best interest is individualistic, and also their best interest is profit-oriented, and they'll do whatever in order to generate revenue and to accumulate profit. We need to understand lead. We need to understand chemistry. We need to know chemistry, and we need to know the deleteriousness, or should I say the problems that lead cause, so that we could alleviate that. We need to understand, we need to know about the Clean Water Act and how a lot of these governments are violating the Clean Water Act. Because with violating the Clean Water Act, what they're in essence doing is breaking the laws in order to ensure that we are suffering corrosively, suffering deleteriously, suffering immensely from a lot of their inaction as it relates to doing what is needed to get done in order for us to be healthy as a people. We need to, meaning that we may need to study real estate. We may need to study architecture so that we can make sure that we're not utilizing lead pipes, making sure that the water which come from the wells and going into the pipes in order for us to drink, making sure that they're not lead pipes. Because, of course, there was the Lead Paint Disclosure Act passed in 1978 to the point in which, past 1978, there can't be any lead. Houses cannot get built with lead, and there can't be lead within the houses, if you will. Meaning that we need to know these laws, we need to understand that, and also in essence, we need to get involved with water privatization. Meaning that we may need to irrigate, we may need to learn irrigation, because we cannot rely on this, because by continuing to rely on the public sector to solve our problems, and also relying on these corporations to solve problems which are not within our best interest, what it is just leading us into more obscurity, more backwardness, more problems, more trepidation, more complacency, and more hopelessness. So, in essence, this is just something to think about, and also this is just to give you awareness that I bet that there are a lot more communities throughout the country which are suffering from elevated lead levels. We may need to just stop focusing on just being rappers and being entertainers, and we may need to study science. We may need to open laboratories so that we could have corrosive indexes, if you will. With corrosive indexes, that's in which you could measure the amount of lead and also the amount of chemicals or minerals which may be within water, because some water may have solid calcium, alkalinity, and also chloride, and also various other elements which are detrimental to the health of our well-being or humanity. We need these laboratories open. We need to study science, because by studying science, we'll be able to immunize a lot of the problems and also a lot of the diseases in which we may have. And also by studying architecture and by studying chemistry, we can find out ways in which we could avoid having elevated lead levels, and we could have corrosive inhibitors in order to minimize the lead levels within the waters. So this is just something to think about as we're moving forward. So this is Baruti Libre, and this is my episode of the Baruti Libre Show. Take care, peace and blessings. Salute.
It's hard to be the truth in this age of misinformation. No place is safe and mistakes are flagrant. No knowledge of physics, no faith in cadence. The awake's forsaken, the saints complacent.
Another shootout popping in your tent.
What's up, it's Angela E, and you're watching Black Fox Newz. You're now watching Black Fox Newz.
Black Fox Newz.
You are now watching Black Fox Newz.
You're now watching Black Fox Newz.
Woo! Alright. Rest in peace, Fight Soul, Natalie Cole, Dr. Francis Chris Wilson, M.I.G. Hot. Let's get it, man.
Holla at me.
It's the runaway slave that was never captured. Streetz reporter, the new world order, live from the rapture. Editor-N-Cheef, my connect got me on backwards. Gave you hella gain and sat and watch you talk backwards. This broadcast number 6, I coulda did it faster, but I was rapping and trapping and even working on my masters. Call me Bishop Grady like a pastor. In a country with democracy, Kobe Bryant need has been fractured.
And a 20-second timeout as Bryant was rolling over. Grabbing his left knee.
Now everybody wanna rock the vote, but electoral college ain't gonna let you rock the boat. Cause the main parties pick their electors, they state conventions. The electors pledge to vote for their parties to avoid contention. So when independents and third parties show good intention, the most they do is keep one of the two parties from winning. And why it's complicated, the system dominated by Democrats and Republic blood, you stay nominated. And it kinda faking got you thinking it's abomination. And the drama make all kinds of racists say that I'm complacent. The real abominations through the branches that make the arms of Satan. That's why I don't trust shit lest my mama make it. And all my presidents support the rich and times are wasting, so I can loot brown sugar like annihilating. Plus I'm tired of losing. Supreme Court went and made corruption legal through the Citizens United ruling. So even foreigners in your politics and stupid rats and sway elections by donating to these super PACs.
As a person, you're worried all that there's too much money in politics?
No, you know, I really don't.
Don't need to go into the details, but in some of this way this money is being raised, we will never know.
You may not know who contributes to the organization. You know, the organization that's speaking.
So that's all you need to know. You don't need to know that they're hiding behind their...
Well, the press can find out, you know, who's hiding behind what.
But that's
not hard, or you can tell from... Anyway, look.
Then the media helps with the war on facts. Nixon knew the war on drugs was a war on blacks. And ironically, they emulate whatever we innovate to commemorate slave masters on currency and kitchen plates. On top of all that, there's proof that they fixed the race. At least that Gregory ran for president in '68. The system's been a fake and voting rights is still a fight. But I think it's cool that Bernie Sanders supported by Killer Mike. We need leaders. But I might settle for this fifth for Henny and vote for myself.
Started my own party already, the graduation party, and I'm about to run for president. Quote me on that, man. Yeah.
Bishop for president, nigga.
You already fucking know, man.
Fuck wrong with you.
Session Ventura, Cynthia McKinley. And Jesse won that lawsuit against the American sniper. The moral is don't let America snipe you. That's why Bill Cosby got lawyered up with Monique Presley. He thought he was Spanish fly and got all fleek messy. But it seemed like allegations against him are all trash. I gotta retract my statement from my last broadcast.
It's not just his testimony, it's hers. And her testimony was not that she was slipped a drug. Her testimony was not that she was forced to take anything.
Two cases were dropped in Cali. One of them's name was Chloe. She looked like she puffed a ballad. This Vegas stripper could blow me. Bill made with memory cloudy at the Playboy mentioned that year 2008, but the motherfucker wasn't even there. Why you so hard on the Grady? See the victim this wrong. Cause the stupid hoe turned around and made a diss song. And Gloria Allred, crooked Pinocchio nose going half a nigga wishing his dick was this long. Cause her and Joe Camarada are the lawyers rounding up these white bitches so Cosby could get pissed on. Our country won't let go of Guantanamo, I grip strong. And I'm freedom rider till the wheels on the whip gone. I'm from where you ain't got a pill to the clip gone to fill you up with lead like the mills up in Flint doing. That's in Michigan, Rick Snyder, the governor, who let 3 other officials go down for the cover-up. They switched the water system for Detroit to Flint and fucked it up and poisoned a disproportionate amount of blacks for 20 months.
With the push of a button, the water valve from Detroit was shut off. And the city of Flint's main source of water is now the Flint River.
And over 38 schools in North, same problem. While Nicaragua going green like a couple blunts. The feds admitted flawed hair analysis. Got him. Tamir Rice cops beat the case, another one. Ever gone is Sandra Bland, we need indictments. These things can fuck with youngest heads like the Zika vipers. With microcephaly, 2,800 plus cases in Brazil. It's too real to just let it be. Obama asked for 1.9 billion to effectively combat the Zika virus internationally and domestically. I'm guessing he investing in chemical weaponry. But as a black man, I don't know what to be the death of me. Government definitely tested us without penalty with mustard gas in World War II. And chemtrails won't let the weather be. To the SHIP, business, sex, hip-hop, intellect, and power, my G. How much you think they set aside for reparations? Probably nada. That's why I need billions like Jack Ma with Alibaba. I'm like the folks of Donald Trump's apprentice. I'm fire. My mama getting up there. It's time for her to retire. Most Def retired. Kobe Bryant retired. Megatron called the quits. Superman's a liar. I think he threw the Super Bowl cause crackers was hating. They even bent out of shape cause Beyonce got information. Farrakhan offered protection when cops neglected them proudly. And East Norman got stabbed up like that Ku Klux rally. Black Panther's never been a terrorist group. Just a socialist org and a comic book for Ryan Coogler to form into a movie like my life. You think I want drama cause I'm a microphone hitman. Lyrical Dundada, African bombada. Been fondling dick and bottoms of males will probably see him as a father, grandfather, allegedly. For a while, but nowhere near as long as the Catholic Church for at least 50 years strong. Found the father of hip-hop, a father of your church. But the priest took a global vow to secrecy, so it's worse. Sex abuse, cover-ups, male prostitution, stealing thousands of babies, the Vatican's in ruins. I got more balls, but if Larry Wilmore had done it, he said, you did it, my nigga, I had to keep it 100. Or 1,000, but not 750 like Deborah Prep. Fuck Shkreli, I'd rather use goo as my medicine. Ann Scally and Nancy Reagan, rest in pain. R.I.P. Dr. Weldon, Affinity, and Purple Rain. Let's go. This world is mine, man. Sometimes it's hard to see what is and what ain't, but I be bound for mistakes to keep my feet in the
What's up, it's Angela Yee, and you're watching Black Fox Newz.
So our closing guest for our leadership conversation, our Trill Talks, we have Angela Yee. She started her career in radio as a co-host of the Cypher Sound. Cypher Don't Get Gas. Cypher, that's Throwback New York. I don't know if y'all. Okay, man.
Don't get gas.
Yes, there we go. Cypher Sounds Effect morning show at Sirius Satellite Radio. She was drafted by Eminem's manager Paul Rosenberg to audition for that slot after inquiring about an available marketing position. Yee impressed her audience and her bosses after a standout interview with Jay-Z. She was hired. Yee later earned her own morning show, The Morning After with Angela Yee, where she honed her craft and soon became one of the most coveted urban radio hosts. After 6 years at Sirius, she was offered several opportunities and opted to become the female voice on The Breakfast Club on Power 105 and radio's #1 market, New York City. Now, I'm going to take this bio and I'm going to say that was a really dope bio.
Don't forget lip service. Official.
It is. Don't forget lip service. I wasn't. All
right. Just making sure you know.
Don't steal my shine, man. I had something all prepared for lip service.
All right, pardon me. You got it.
No, I'm just kidding. So what I wanted to do is actually bypass all of that. It's a great bio, but the thing that I loved about Angela, and just in the short time about meeting her, just understanding the diversity and the things that she brings to the table, and just as a fan from an outside looking in, being able to see how poised she is and how she handles herself so effectively in an area that's filled with men, in an area that's filled with testosterone and machismo. She always not only holds her own, but always provides great poise, great intelligence, and great skill on the microphone. She's dope. Like, I'm just super excited to have her here. I talked to her. She's a writer on the low, man, and I'm trying to get that next book when it comes out, Angela, hopefully. But ladies and gentlemen, people of all kind, I want you to please put your hands together for our special guest, Miss Angela Yee.
About the journey, which was amazing, by the way. As a person who has been a manager in the past, could you give us some tips on how student leaders can manage their e-board or organization? So a lot of students here are presidents of the e-board, the organizations, and you have been in a role of management. So what are some tips or advice you would like to give some of these students here?
Well, you have to be really self-motivated. A lot of times there's not somebody telling you what to do, so you have to figure out what's important. And all the time, if you ever are feeling comfortable, or you're feeling like, oh, I'm so bored, I have nothing to do, that means you're not doing enough. So you should always be trying to figure out what is the next opportunity, what can I do to challenge myself. It's never good enough to be complacent. And that's one of the main things that I learned. And it is important to make sure you prioritize, make sure you know what is the most important thing to do, and maintain great relationships. Like I said earlier, I always maintain great relationships with people. I always tell people it's also good to get out. Sometimes you might think of going out as, oh, I'm not going to just waste my time going out and socializing, but socializing is also networking. And that's a job also. So whenever you go out, make sure you present yourself in a way when you're around people that you don't embarrass yourself. You don't ever want to get drunk and do anything crazy and then be like, what did I do? And then people, you don't ever want to be rude to people. You don't know what position somebody that you meet will be in later where they can help you out. You just have to treat everybody equally. And that's important with social media. You see people be digging up them old tweets and you be like, oh man, you don't know who you're going to end up working for. So really be careful, like the things that you say and do on social media also, because that never goes away. You might think you deleted it, but it'll come back up, and you see that happening all the time now.
I think the next question is just going to jump right in, since you are from the Breakfast Club. I'm pretty sure everybody here listens to the Breakfast Club. We enjoy your show. And you know we have to ask some questions to artists, and you guys don't hold back. So tell the students here, especially when they're going on interviews or around faculty, how important it is to ask questions. The importance of asking questions, not just questions, but questions that matter.
Well, that's why it's important to do your research. I feel like one of the most important things when we have an interview is if you do your research, you'll be able to ask the right questions. You know, I hate when I hear interviews and somebody comes in and somebody says, so what are you here promoting? You should know that, you know, when somebody comes to it. Like the first thing I try to find out, if an artist is coming, an actor, a comedian, whoever is coming, what is going on with them right now and what is their purpose for them feeling like they need to be doing press? Because I feel like it's a thing of respect too. I respect you enough that I did my research and I know what questions I can ask, and it makes somebody more comfortable and open to asking questions. So you can ask more difficult things if you have information about the person. Like, you know, if somebody comes up and you're like, what are you promoting? And they're like, dang, they don't even know who I am or what I'm doing. But if you can say, okay, so I know you just put your album out last week and it's, you know, it looks like it's going to sell about 75,000 in the first week. So a lot of times people compare you to this person. They'll be more open to talk because it's conversational. You know me, you have some background, now we're cool.
Great. I think I'm just going to jump in. It's the same thing just for a job interview. It's the same exact thing. You got to make sure you understand the job, the location. You know, even going to the location before, the day before is a big deal because you don't know about the traffic and understanding that commute. The commute might be something that you don't enjoy.
From one female to the next, you're extremely confident. And you work in an all male-dominated field. So as a woman, what advice can you give to the rest of the student leaders on your experience?
Well, one of the first things they told me when I first started doing radio was that I have to have tough skin. And that is a very, very, you know, one of the main things, I think, in order to make it in what it is that we do, because a lot of stuff is so public, you get criticized a lot. And
by saying this is that, you know, we want to be able to take you to this space where you're having these types of conversations and dialogues on the regular. I think that's something that doesn't often happen. And sometimes we sit down and when we meet with one another, we talk about everything but leadership, everything but development, everything but community, everything but learning. So it's one thing, and I think this is where we have to be able to balance it. It's one thing you should be able to listen to some Taylor Swift and listen to some Future and still have a conversation about, you know, student development. Like, I think that's fine. I think that's something that we need to be able to work with, and I think that's why it's important that we have people like Angela Yee here and others that are having these conversations, that are willing to really take the time out to talk to young folks and to talk to people in general. And I think that's what we want to be able to do. That's what Trill Talks is all about. That's what this conference is all about. So I'm really excited, really happy to have everybody here. And let's give one more round of applause for Miss Angela Yee.
Open toes, high as hell like she hold it though. Independent, she open doors. She's ready, and they can see how I'm straight, but she making me. She is down as they could be. Beauty calls, but they hate us. She ready, and it ain't a crowd. Ass talking, but she make it wild.
With the pristine rap flows, I don't rap, I spray paint Sistine Chapels. Renaissance man out of extinct castles on 116th Street in the shadows. I wrote this record cause I felt I never got closure. I saw too many genius artists turn to pot smokers. It's like the father that they ran, they never got closer. Followed their dreams and they ended up on my sofa. Got me thinking that I should have been a stockbroker. I'm wondering if it's too late for me to cross over. Doing the Jewish rapper thing is feeling not kosher, cause I ain't never been a fan of the hip-hop vulture. But fuck it though, cause I got drama on my broad shoulders. It's less of shit than down the street a kid got shot over. All twisted up and sweating bullets next to hot yoga. Right down the block from where you sipping on your hot mocha. I blame my hometown for making me bipolar. Blowing doja with the doja for the lost soldier. Then eating locks and over, rocking loafers, watching Oprah with the blog poster, pop culture, corporate cock stroker. In other words, I'm from New York City, baby. Know who I am before you love or really hate me. Y'all can try to affiliate or humiliate me. I'ma rap myself till I see how real the pearly gates be.
I'm a different breed, I'm my own man. In the crowd, but I'm feeling all alone, man. It got me up late, talking to myself, but no one around.
There's somebody around.
I'm the youth feeling like his life is over. I'm the poet and the prophet and the soldier.
I'm the madman searching for the thing that can't be found. Dear God, it's Henry Jacob from the Upper West Side, and that's 116th Street and Riverside Drive. With the bad feminist mom sticking the thighs, and the womanizer pops with the chick on the side. Slain by his baby moms in the Waldorf Astoria. You can feel his ghost in the hall of the corridor. True story, bruh. It's New York for your cue, the orchestra for the long lost warrior. Cold sorcerer, college walk, Lord of Rust, last street, lyricist, corner store, Lord of Rock. Any rapper out calling all of ya, see that escape from the Holocaust torture, But I never was religious though. It's Moses' brother, fresh from the biblical. If I ruled the world, I would take over Israel. Leave Palestine, get the Germans for the shit they stole. I'm an old man. In the crowd, I'm feeling all alone, man. Got me up late talking to myself and no one around. There's somebody around.
I'm the youth feeling like his life is over.
I'm the poet and the prophet and the soldier. I'm a madman searching for the thing that can't be found. The still searchers around.
My boy got the balls.
It's good to get the lungs open. Now if it's you and I, listen, you're a fool to try dissing, cause the fuel in my engine brutalized a collision and somebody gassed you up for a suicide mission. I crashed your hard drive like computerized systems, I'm blind to the bullshit, who am I kidding? Looking at this rap game, I'm losing my vision, but my sight, 2020 like hindsight, 8 years from now, looking back on my life in 2012, MCs yell, they give me hell, but it's quiet like the smell of the Reggie held in your L, watching the green burn at the flame in your marijuana. I'm finna change the game like I came out of Carolina. I'm like a rookie waiting for a crunch time chance. I'm like a future platinum artist in an unsigned camp. Sure as sun sets, set sun's tough guy stance to a shadow on the street like when sunshine slants. I'm that unsung, unknown, unfinanced, right hooks like Mayweather, young punchline champ. While you play Ortiz, violating for what? Try to apologize when you should guard up. I don't care who you are, where you were brought up, how many people you shot, how many you hawked up. In this rap shit, dudes need to get their bars up. I rock the world like a meteor, leave it starstruck.
Ooh. You know what I mean? We got the boy A City, you know what I'm saying? Better yet, the man, one of the founders of Columbia University Society of Hip Hop, one of the founding fathers, laid down a lot of groundwork. We over here at the annual Kush Rap Battle. This is actually the first winner of the first victor of the Kush Rap Battle.
I'm the founder and the first victor.
There you go, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean, ladies and gentlemen? Even the great Bishop Grady had to take an L to this man, you know what I'm saying? Must do respect though.
It happens.
But he do his
when
fucking
the Titans
thing.
clash.
Yeah.
Yo, y'all ready? Up next we got Bishop Grady. We got Bishop Grady versus Aaron Cole. Yo.
Sir, I've been to Jersey City, and you know something? In this battle, you're a straight disgrace to Joe Budden. Now, I am a smart college rapper, and I build a thesis. Your necklace looks like it's made out of Jenga pieces. That wasn't no way to start. You should have gone back to class in creative arts. You shouldn't have put the pen to the pad. You should have gone to your dad and told him he shouldn't have had sex with your mom so you wouldn't come here and get bagged by the nicest rapper from here to Baghdad.
Moving on to the next round on the other side of the bracket. We got Aaron Cole, yo. Yo, Aaron Cole.
You already fucking know, man. How you feeling out here though?
Feeling good. It's nice to take a trip down memory lane, you know, and come and check out this event that we started way back in the, not that far back in the day. It wasn't really way back in the day.
You know, you just don't want to feel like, oh, it was a while ago.
It was a while ago. It was a while ago, but it wasn't that long ago. But regardless,
yeah,
it's nice to come by and see how it evolved.
Yeah, that's peace.
This is something at the time there was nothing like this, and it was a novelty. Believe it or not, it was that far back in the day that it was a novelty to really have a rap cipher club at an Ivy League school. It was totally unexpected. This was before the game completely changed, and the majority of rappers in the game are, middle class.
Fucking quacks.
Yeah. So it was dope. And it was started by Bishop Grady, Stefan Perez, John Tanners, who went on to, success with Pigeons and Planes and that sort of thing. And it's dope to see that it lived on and survived.
Man, it's been a nice night. Lesson number one, you gotta hold the mic right. Lesson number two, say something intelligent. Try to talk to the crowd, make the shit relevant. Cause we don't like what we can't hear. What you trying to say and this shit don't sound clear. Then it's just 100 people packed in. Trying to listen to one dude that's rapping. Up here in Uptown Manhattan. I put it down, you know I'm packing. Something like 7 inches, no homo. Don't know why I said that, I don't need no promo. Ain't no promotion, I ain't got emotion. Matter of fact, I do, but I just keep my notions up in my brain while I stay analytical. Motherfuckers rapping is too hypocritical. Everything you hear on the stereotypical. That's why everything's stereotypical. Barely original, barely political. Even the underground is barely so pitiful. Doesn't sound the same as popular culture. Bunch of motherfuckers lying about popular culture. But I just contribute to culture. I just come here, college kids got me on posters and dorms rooms. Please, I'm a Columbia legend. Matter of fact, not even, yo, I'm 2011. I'm just a humble kid. I just did what I did with no regrets. And yo, it is what it is. So I handle my biz and I...
High tech is a fly jet, the pilots spit fire like pilots. No pirates, but burn cities down like dry sex.
Can you explain some of the meaning? You probably get this all the time, but it's just so fly. You feel me? Like, can you explain the meaning of the logo?
Oh, undeniably.
And the name and everything.
Undeniably. Libre brand is a brand of freedom. It's a brand of liberty. It's a brand of liberation.
Freedom of Flyness, 2012.
Exactly. The slogan is Freedom of Flyness, and that ironically was founded in 2012, and 2012 was interpreted as the year of the apocalypse.
True
talk. The year of the beginning of the end, the year of the destruction of the world. So a lot of conspiracy theorists, a lot of religious fanatics, and also a lot of naive folks thought that 2012 was going to be the end because of the correlation with the Mayan calendar or other frivolous theories that people ascertained or came up with. But the fact of the matter was that the Brave brand was founded in 2012, and as far as with the logo symbolizes freedom. And as you can see, there are broken shackles on the logo, and the broken shackles could symbolize negative thoughts. It could symbolize pessimism. It could symbolize big government. It could symbolize the penitentiary. It could symbolize anything that hinders, stops you, stifles, or impedes you from progressing and flying to reach your destination. And
what about that pendant? That pendant.
The
right
pendant is Kebarab, which symbolizes the rise of the sun, and symbolically, the sun symbolizes knowledge. It symbolizes wisdom. It symbolizes higher consciousness. And in order for one to become free, they need to be aware of their condition that they don't want to stay in.
Right.
So the fact of the matter is that's the reason why I chose Kebarab, which symbolizes the rise of the sun. In the ancient Kemetic or Egyptian language, depending on which era you study, Re, R-E, means sun. Within the Medu Neter, the ancient Egyptian language. So if you put Re and born together, that means you're reborn. You're born again. And how you're born again? Through the ascertaining and the accumulation of knowledge of your condition and of you wanting the better things of life, and that's through freedom.
Yeah, I don't know. I definitely, because you need power to be free, and knowledge is power, for sure.
Oh, undeniably. Yes, sir.
All I need is a ticket, some hot thighs and liquor and Popeyes, and I sit on your top 5. And everything a pyramid. If you ain't headed to the top, you slide to the bottom. Cause all this shit live aside, bruh. Stop acting stupid. Who making this spot live? Same nigga and your tickets to both of us cockeyed. You about to put your business in motion? Oh yeah, you graduate. You said you about to quit smoking? Oh yeah, you graduate. Your job is giving you a promotion? Oh yeah, you graduate. Shit, if you ask, yeah, you got you some lotion. You see, it's all about that. Another shootout popping in your town. Another dad laying on your ground.
Black Fox, right?
Now you tuning in to Black Fox Newz.
Black Fox.
You are now watching Black Fox Newz. On Black Fox Newz, you already know how we do. Keep it going.
It's for my brother Bishop Grady. You're now tuned in to Black Fox Newz.
Black Fox. Black Fox Newz, you already fucking know, man.
I'm on serious.
You on the rise right there.
Yeah, you tuning in to Black Fox Newz.
You're now watching Black Fox Newz.
Word is born, you are now tuned in to the 5th edition of Black Fox Newz, the world broadcast, man. I'm your host, Bishop Grady, man, Editor-N-Cheef, Streetz reporter of the New World Order. We here at the Warrior Queen Wednesdays at the library in New Jerusalem. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Top Blizzy Black, you know, known activists out here, man. We really actually about making movements happen. But right now we're going to disseminate the knowledge. Rest in peace to B.B. King, the thrill is gone. Rest in peace to St. George. We don't care about your feelings, you know? We got kids in the back, so I ain't gonna go hard. But we're gonna do it like this, check it. My bars are sick like I breathe syphilis. I need a fake doctor like Phil.
He's on every degree recipient. Since getting right with Cuba, we learned but Cosby's a loser. By the time you rewind this, I have another accuser. On FIFA corruption charges ain't surprising, they bizarre. They host Brazil and leave them broke. Now slavery in Qatar. Instead of fines, they fine souls to commit hard regard. Because apathy on that level evil like Charlie Charlie. I spent the last few editions really showing you how our people always guilty when crackers got us on trap. All lives matter, but we say black lives do, cause y'all forget. That's why we got Black Fox Newz. That's why behind every rap lyrics pain and struggle. That's why I'm Editor-N-Cheef to my fame of bubble. So listen up, crack a Dutchie and stay warm and light it up like African solar power by Acorn for 600 million Africans. Say what you want about global warming, but a lot of abnormal storming is happening. Over 8,000 lost from earthquakes in Nepal and more than 23,000 injuries to factor in. Indonesian landslides, mudslides in Washington, droughts in Cali, even got gardeners getting masculine. And then they rapping when there's twisters in the Midwest. Do you wanna rob and do or die? Tornadoes with you trafficking in Mexico, Texas, and OKMA. Floods came and killed 21 with hundreds of homes collapsing in. And capitalists still got the nerve to keep fracking when Oklahoma had 500 quakes last year. They had a climate march in New York to make y'all aware. They having a climate summit in Paris in case y'all scared. They signed a pact between 190 member countries this winter. Matter of fact, December. It's funny cause the same ones funding it, the same ones we up against. General Motors, Air France, and the government.
government. American China the worst, so they made a covenant. They take a chunk of the carbon emissions and they cut the shit by 2025 and 2030. So we must be 30, cause China cities tend to have small to cover it, like band-aids do scabs, like tricks do tabs for chicks with calves, but they turn around and get them cabs. Cover it like pigs do black, murder just to get you mad. Damn it, man, we just lost Sandra Bland. Some cameraman caught the cop trying to reprimand her for signals, a cigarette and mince milligrams. They want us thinking she got high as hell, took a trash bag and hung her to her ass like Robin Williams in jail. Please, them cops love to show arms like a holster top. Think Sam DuBose, John Farrell, Walter Scott, and he was running away from child support. Payments for Italian support. Ain't that a bitch? Got the homies trapped in that system, give that a fix. Some of these bitches socks like the owner of the Mavericks. Exploited by the prison industrial complex. Obama freed 21 people, but it's more complex. Thousands of drinks like that record off a complex and give them hella years for having drugs on their complex. Fixing that with clemency is nonsense. With Geo Group and CCA made millions over prisons with no conscience. So it's no surprise if a kid with bad handles ended up in PA Juvie through the Kids for Cash scandal. But for that, Judge Mark Ciavarella was convicted. But 3 strikes Bill Clinton, we treat him a little different. Yeah, it ain't easy to fix a nation, especially when rap suffering from lyrical asphyxiation. I blame radio and weak deals. I think we was due for a battle between the Drake and the Meek Mill. And I ain't even gonna choose. I just think for one it's a win-win, for the other it's win-lose. Cause it's all about the power. We beef over power. Money and the knowledge and the people bring power. The streets bring the heat, bring we leech off of power. Watts or the Vader and the G mean power. That's why they sniff powder. That's why they flip power. That's why they energy bill and kilowatt hours. That's why I'm such a star. I could kill a rock album. It's BFN reporting live and I got power. But Barack got more than me.
Even a Republican-run Congress gave him fast-track authority. And that allows through the Trans-Pacific Partnership for a president to set rules and a 12-country partnership to pass the papers to Congress that they can't even start no shit. They can only vote yes or no. That's political sorcery. There's countries that we barely know. They meeting on the low for 40% of the global economy, more importantly. So fellow Republicans, how does it feel to know that leadership is more pussy than authority?
I don't exclude the other side, they can kick bread. I just mentioned 2 Democrat dickheads. A 2-party system, that ain't no democracy. That's borderline autocratic, blatant hypocrisy. And I ain't hearing me, I worry about loose genders, overalls, dolazars, and bruised genders. You say you a woman, but you ain't gay. You only wanna fuck women, that don't make you gay. I don't care, K-Muffin rub till you red, fine. It's only weird to me when Hot 97 make it a headline. They want our men soft, while it's more cash to grow. And feminine, like the NBA fashion show. Meanwhile, our kids' grades is based on this testing. That's why them racketeering teachers up in Georgia was arrested. But I say fuck getting left back. It's 2015, people flying around in jetpacks, flying cars, self-driving cars, hoverboards. It's 3D printers and watches with their own motherboards. See, we in the era where Twitter's looked at as breaking news. They say the dough ain't more important than your favorite shoes. And then on our black man can get shot in the back by the same local cops who want to go fetch a snack for Dylan Roof. He murdered 9 in the church while using racial slurs. And the media ain't acknowledging with their favorite word. It's terrorism, it's all terrorism. Defending Confederate flags is not heroism. 5 black churches that's burning is terrorism. Defense contractors be earning off terrorism. Boko Haram and ISIS is terrorism. So supplying number weapons they fight with is terrorism. Shooting Charlie Hebdo HQ is terrorism. So jailing Judené for his views is terrorism. What Netanyahu did to Palestine is terrorism. Drone striking civilians out of their mind is terrorism. Breaking up Freddie Gray's spine is terrorism. Turning protest into a crime is terrorism. NSA supposed to protect us from terrorism, but they so focused on us they neglecting the terrorism. Fuck a military industrial mechanism, crushing better visions and lesson knowledge instead of wisdom. Do like my nigga wishing, pick college instead of prison. So much more to speak on, catch me on the next edition. The 3rd time was the charm, the 4th time was wrong, but the 5th time, keep it real, you know it was bomb. In the news, still forgetting about Haiti though. It's Bishop Grady signing out like Jon Stewart from The Daily Show.
Here it is, your moment is Zen.
Money could always come with respect. I'ma make them love me in life until they love me to death. They say I'm lusting for sex, like someone hustle me wet, but I be thumbing through checks. They stack my money in vest and show me your wife. You see her hungry, but she wanting me next. So I hopped up in that room and put the thuggy to fresh. I could dress bummy and flex, I could dress spiffy and rock. Yeah, I'm a stoner that rap, you can't get this hippie to hop. You out here chasing the fame, distracted by what it do, instead of making the name and letting the fame come to you.
The longer we stay, just the looser we get. You know, like, I'm a different journalist than I was 2 years ago. different, I don't even know, journalist, media personality, whatever. I'm a different person than I was 2 years ago, and I'm more comfortable. So like, I'm a little more loose with it now, and I'm a little more honest with it now, and I think that's the strength of trying to build a community and build a career for yourself. And I think more importantly, the audience is really tired, like you know when someone lies to you, you can't tell exactly what the lie is, but you know they're lying. Like it's just like that human, like it's like an inauthenticity. Yeah, you're like, yo, you're a liar, and yeah, like, and I feel like that is being translated even more so with more video properties where you can actually see the human. Also, our stake in digital. We spend so much time there that we're starting to relearn the space and bring our human traits to the space. So you can see when people are BSing you, and you can see when people are being shook. And I think that that's starting to go by the way. And also, the trend is, we all follow one another. So when that one outlet jumps out and keeps it 100, other outlets see it, and when they follow it, that becomes a new standard. So it's really like, who's doing it? Who's going to do it?
And I think to add to that, I think we're part of maybe like the first or second generation of, I guess, journalists that can't really hide. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't, back in the day, you could write a review about an album that you heard 3 months ago, wait for it to come out to print, and then, by the time that comes out, you either got to write a letter and hope that letter gets printed in the magazine, and that's what happens. Like, no, now it's like, okay, Super Q's album came out last week, you know what I'm saying? We had our initial thoughts about it, you let it sit for a while, then you get your actual review out for about it. And not only could fans respond to you, but the artists themselves could respond to you. And they know what you look like, and they can find you today. Exactly, it's like it's going today. So it's like, it's you have to keep it authentic. You have to. Because not only are you can't hide anymore, but the consumer is more savvier than ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can find you. They can talk to you directly. They can troll you all day in your mentions if you were wrong about something or right about something. So you have no choice but to keep it authentic if you want to stay relevant, if you want to stay, successful or become successful.
Because for a while people thought, being a writer and all that is you can't really make a living doing that. You can't really do a lot of things doing that. And I think now it's going to get to a point where it's like, no, you can enterprise in a way you've never enterprised before. You can accumulate wealth. You can really make a living in a lot of different ways. And that perspective can translate to TV, to digital, to all these different things just by staying true to yourself and having an authentic perspective about things. Like, you don't have to write about what's popular to actually get value out of that. And I think the more those two things start to intersect in like the next 5 years within that time period, you're gonna see like a lot more prominent voices on a lot more platforms. You're gonna see more of an emphasis on people caring about the culture, and like that's gonna be the thing. Like, okay, I can't step out here and have a point of view if I haven't checked myself first.
Yeah.
And because you're gonna have people like that to check people.
Yeah, I mean, like, to add to that, like, I guess what we're trying to say to everybody who either wants to be a journalist or wants to get in this space is that, like, don't be afraid to speak your mind, but at the same time, make sure you got a rap sheet to back that up.
So it's on y'all. Start vetting the people that you get your information from. Stop picking up liars. Stop picking up people that you know are just in it for the flash. Like, stop, like, we always say, like, we just give you guys, but like I said, it's harmony, right? Like, we're all in it. Like, that's on y'all. Like, so if Good Morning America puts out a piece and it's like factually or culturally wrong, like, that's on y'all. Don't just tweet at them. Like, stop looking at them for your hip hop news. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not to point them out. I mean, if you guys are in here, sorry. But it's like, maybe not as sorry, but like.
I don't be sorry.
Yeah, like.
So yeah, point you out. Don't be sorry.
But honestly, man, it's on y'all to like start to like vet your sources, man, and that's in hip hop culture in general. Like, start bigging up folks and putting them into a spotlight, and then getting upset when they disappoint you. Like, just be honest with yourself and think about who you're following, where you're getting your information from, who you value in this space, because whoever you value, they will get pushed to the top. And they will dictate the direction of it, and you can get let off a cliff.
Another shootout popping in your town. Another dead laying on your ground.
Black Fox, right?
Now you tuning in Black Fox Newz.
Black Fox.
On Black Fox Newz, you already know how we do. Keep it going.
Black Fox. Black Fox Newz, you already fucking know, man.
Shout out Black Fox Newz DVD.
You on the rise, right?
You're now watching Black Fox Newz.
What's good? You already know it's Bishop Grady, man, Streetz reporter of the New World Order. About to do this new edition of the Black Fox Newz. You know what I'm saying? 4th edition. Killtown, New Jerusalem. Rest in peace, Reese. Rest in peace, my nigga Hot Dog, man. You know what I mean? Julian Assange, Ed Snowden, Sada Shakur. Let them people come home, man. I drop jewels and baguettes. So all you frats, sorors, and sets. See, this is Black Fox Newz. Bishop Grady on deck. New Jerusalem, Tri-State, live and direct. I ain't even signed yet, so I don't do this for a check. The next time your producer friend has no spit, Google Grady, say, get him in the studio quick. Either way, I'll let him know I'ma blow. Race rats make the earthquake like Haiti Clinton. Where's the dough? On Lifetime, Wendy Williams made a trash-ass movie about Aaliyah. Her fan base is fruity and wine like sangria. See, me, I'm a leader, so my movie gonna go out with a bang like that onomatopoeia. Sony Pictures tried to do the same thing with Seth Green assassinating the president of North Korea. Then this Robin boy, Kim Jong-un, said he ain't like that. Called it an act of war, said he gonna strike back. This a computer geeks got Sony Studios hacked. Had all their movies leaking like coochie with the clap. Ew, and emails too. This ain't Angelina Jolie, Kevin Hart, and Obama. It was OD and racist low-key. All the forced Sony to cancel the flick instead of waiting. Our government blamed North Korea without a hesitation and without a bit of proof. If you ask that other nations, cyber vandalism and them have no relation. But that's real odd, because in November, North Korea released Americans Kenneth Bay and Matthew Todd from their jails. And that was after they demanded to speak with the top official. So we said Spy Chief James Clapper had a 12-course meal, probably with memories and laughter. Because he been Asian intel since the Vietnam chapter. So it's nutty to think that this fuck shit that came after without protection. That's why I'm a critically acclaimed rapper. Spread truth like flues. Lyrically, I flame rappers. Hard to blow your mind like JFK's brain matter. You mad at me for showing that? You mad at our government. A lot of folks deny conspiracies and they be loving it. Culture Northwood, Gulf of Tonkin, they know we know less. Laughing at us, dying like the ever gone to protest. Quite a few wars resulted from this strategizing. Just giving you food for thought. I hope it's appetizing. Black male conspiracy theorists. Ma, is that surprising? I just promote myself through the news like native advertising. Just going in Mike Brown, we lost Tyrone West. Jermaine Reed, Tamir Wright, so many y'all don't check. You probably body any black man on his iPhone next. And I get so mad because it's so sad how families get left because these dirty cops are so bad with the skills and bias hating. Brown parents had to take his case to the United Nations Committee Against Torture. Cause this is terrorism, mass murder of blacks, disguised as fair heroism. In 2012, 313 of us died from a cop. 20% had a gun and some knives. That's a plot. Disintent, disarm, disenfranchise, disillusion, and disregard women and men's lives. Meanwhile, we in the dirt like ISIS and hold up. We got half a pint E&J and a mile. Meanwhile, I'm in the dirt like ISIS and some murder make me want to fly. Fuck out of it. Some murder make me want to fly off the hand and kill something. Maybe a club or a clear sand. On the verge of killing hip hop too. I just need me a clear channel. Some get it, some don't. It's like sex, we mad too. Money, power, respect, and full figure checks. RP and Cock Grilly, they killing more niggas next. And I ain't seen the police badge forfeited yet. Officer Pedro Serrano in New York called them out. Frisking blacks and lats is disproportionate amount. It made me think of something I almost forgot to say. Let me give you my awards for Bonehead of the Year. Runner up, Sir Charles Barkley, certified house nigga. Hard to speak for us while that money in your mouth, nigga. How you kicking self-racist subliminal, saying the only blacks worry about cops is criminals. Most black families who do well at least thought that they did, or had that quote-unquote talk with their kid. Who's a sports analyst, so all the stats what you speaking on. Got me mad as hell I got these stupid-ass sneakers on. Next, James Woods, neighborhood scumbag, family guy punch bag, Hollywood cum rag. Trying to cling on to the fame that you once had, so you do Twitter rants pretending you the one mad. You in the Bonehead of the Year shit, the same problem. Afro-Americans, your hate can't live without them. Pat Lynch was Sullivan man. I say the peaceful protesters in de Blasio got blood on their hands. That's a serious accusation and lack of benevolence from the President Patrolman's Benevolent Association. Ishmael Brinsley killed those two cops, and he was bonkers. He even had his girlfriend shot. But y'all never mention cops killing innocent folks, so your ignorant croaks get crunched like cinnamon toast. Turn your back on your mayor, your mission is a joke. And that so-called execution's reminiscent of a hoax. Like how they get shot through the windshield of the passenger. And they happen to do a terrorist drill during that massacre, blood reached through the legs. This be all over the car too. And how the hell they magically put laces on the ball shoe? Why texting them caps in the heat of the moment? Why kill an Asian and Hispanic like our people doing it? I ain't saying they ain't dead, just wonder how they died. Won't be the first time NYPD a media live. Who was chanting dead cops? That's propaganda evil. Check the footage. Out of the million protesters, it was 50 people. And I got folks in the field protesting for real. Y'all trying to make it justified for them to get killed. Battle police brutality, or what these frauds do. Get the pigs more weapons, do strategic response groups. So yeah, Pat Lynch, the bonehead of the year. Sponsored by my man Duke, Bonehead Clothing, but he ain't here. When he get out, nicely roll like on Facebook. We got you. My niggas selling swag, got me feeling like Flocka. I'm SRW Road, I hope you learn something. Sorry for all these bars, I normally only do 100. And I ain't even getting to the Bill Cosby women, the Charlie Hebdo, Boko Haram, my ISIL gunman, Ukraine QB bowler, that well up in London. Who praying while Pastor Dollars out here hunting? What stocks are slumping? What blocks is pumping? BFN got your back, we ain't out here fronting. To my incredulous viewers thinking I'm out here bugging, answer my forensics questions, cause it ain't about nothing. Happy 2015, happy 20 get cream, happy 420 bags to 20 rich fiends. NSA watching, if you think they presence is legit, Bishop Grady signing off, and I'm gonna leave you with this clip.
Since the September 11th attacks, there have been over 500 people prosecuted for terrorism-related offenses. And this is a number that sounds really big, and it makes it sound like Americans are being kept safe from terrorism attacks. But we found that in a lot of these cases, people were prosecuted who never would have committed a terrorist act in the first place if it weren't for the involvement of the FBI.
In the Newburgh 4 case, the informant is saying, well, why don't you do a terrorist attack? James Cromedy says, I'm not that interested, essentially. What changes is when the informant offers money, $250,000.
Hey, subscribe to us, nigga.
Yeah, check it out.
Black CNN.
You already know we on that shit. We laced it, we got it.
I'm from Bushwick when niggas turn to misfit. Another young kid grab another 4/5. And everybody damn tripe, that's right. I pick up the mic just to ease up your life. But take my advice, I feel like another book of dice. Next with another Israelite. When if the time is right, everybody join your night. It's Friday, do this thing coming my way.
In the bar to the chick, I'm just playing, I'm saying. Dreams of fucking the bar to the chick, I'm just playing, I'm saying. Dreams of fucking the bar to the chick, I'm just playing, I'm saying. Dreams of fucking the bar to the chick, I'm just playing, I'm saying. Put Tina Colada pussy in stitches. I'd rather jerk off before I fuck them ugly ass wiggles bitches. I'm treating hoes the same, they only know my name. Aggie probably give me brain if you see me make it rain. Don't take me serious, it's all fun. Back shots to Millie, I have her bustin' like a gun. Everybody, move your body. Got Sarah boosting liquor from the library. As I bust the cherry, just Lynn and Shelly. I'm hoping damn jam really tastes like jelly. Ooh, Coco, I know that pussy wet. So when you done with that clown nigga, I got next.
Alright, no doubt, no doubt. Yeah, so you say you like to have fun and all of that. Is that how Jersey Girls came about?
Yeah, see, Jersey Girls, like, it was like, Jersey Girls is something like we already was doing here and there to fuck with Lake First Lady L. But then, when I found a way to finesse my DJ in there, you know what I mean? Then I found a way to, my man found a way to be like a manager. When he did that, it was crazy. But the best thing that happened to us, we had our studio on the second floor of Jersey Girls. You feel what I'm saying? Oh. So it's like, that's home now. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Studio all day, be at Jersey Girls all night. And then Jersey Girls was the #1 Jersey strip club. So it's like,
facts.
You go to King of Diamonds here, you go to New York, it's Aces, you go to Miami, it's King of Diamonds, you go to Houston, it's Onyx, you go to LA, it's AOD, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that was Jersey Girls was step in Jersey. So whenever somebody want to go to Jersey, they want to go to Jersey.
No, that's...
Yeah, you know what I mean? So when you come there, you got to see 100 dudes doing their thing, repping hard, you know what I'm saying? We look great, you know what I mean? So everybody knew we were from that era. And then we would run it where, like, it don't even gotta be no party, and I'd be like, yo, give me the mic, and I can perform anytime. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I always perform on rap.
Yeah, I seen y'all got a couple videos in there and all of that. Yeah. I ain't gonna front, like, you know, the problem with being local or being like living next to rappers, sometimes you don't really appreciate how big shit is.
Yeah, exactly.
I keep it a buck. It wasn't until I started busting moves outside of the state.
Yeah.
Like I remember being in CT.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Down in and I want to say Bridgeport and all of that. Niggas was asking me about Jersey Girls. Yo, you ever heard of Jersey Girls? Like, yo, almost from our hood started that shit. Word is born, yeah. That shit was lit.
A lot of people come here. A lot of people pay attention. Like, we like literally like ran that shit on some real shit. Like,
nah, that's real.
You know what I mean?
I've been in there.
Yeah. So it made it even. If you look at that, you look at us. You feel what I'm saying? You see that, you see us. Like we always, if I ain't there, somebody there. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and I fuck with like, I don't even like people, so my friends be like DJs, promoters, and shit like that. People do better. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the type of people I want to be around. Like I come to the spot, I be good, I be taking care of the DJ, hold me down, the DJ know me. You know what I mean? Shit like that. You know what I mean? Like. Everything to me is about business. Like even like I said, once again, you come out with us tonight, everything to me is about business. It's like a movie, not direct my own movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel that. Alright, so what happened ultimately to Jersey Girls? Like I know y'all, I see y'all got exotics on the map now and all of that. So what happened with that?
The city bought it.
City bought the building.
Yeah, the city bought the building because I think that's the Gothams, they had to expand it. And being that they had to expand it, that was in the way, so they had to knock it down. So they bought it. And that's a wrap for that. That's why we had exotics now. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
So we had to just change our ways, you feel what I'm saying? And we still got it popping that way too. So it's like, it's the same thing.
Yeah. Alright, for those who don't know, where exotics at? Like how you pull up in exotics?
Elizabeth, 1117 Elizabeth Ave.
Okay.
Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Yeah, we definitely gonna have some clips of that in this joint, for sure.
Show the world a good time in that.
MMR Wild TC. Yeah, I go by DB ho. Bubby,
Pop it like a Zan, pop it like a freak, pop it like a man. She gon' get this work. Pop it, pop it like a Zan, pop it like a freak, pop it like a man. She gon' get this work.
Pop it, down to the ground and you drop it. Digging down deep in my pockets, doing you and your partner my profit. Don't worry, it's more than I got it. If y'all ain't fucking, no problem. Two bitches with me, they looking like Nicki, and after we leave, they menage. Pop it, yeah. If I holler and shorty not feeling me, then shorty is gay. I move with you copping the day. My goons, they cockin' express. Have them outside of your mama house, so you better watch what you say. She backing that thing up the jewelry, while staring at all of my jewelry. Thinking about gripping that doobie, she bust back the back like a Uzi. Pop that pussy like a Xana perk. Keep playing with me, you gon' get this work.
Yo, I can say I'm one of the hardest working niggas out. One of the smartest rappers in this bitch without a doubt. I can say that I'm a walking, talking major key. The so-called minority playing major league, riding through your hood.
Chill.
Video me.
Smoke some. We gon' send this music out to China, smoking bamboo. We gon' send this music to Japan, wrapped in bamboo. We gon' send this music off to Ghana and some bamboo. Get high, smoke some. We gon' send this music out to Egypt, smoking bamboo. We gon' send this music to Malaysia, wrapped in bamboo. We gon' send this music to Jamaica and some bamboo. Yes, sir. Get high, roll one. Send this music overseas with some smoke signals. Sit and wait for a reply. We gon' smoke with you. All praises to the sky, live amongst the stars. Hopping out them transformers like they flying cars. The last shall be first. We gon' die in charge. Smoking with my earth. Got my mind on Mars, and my grind on large. Everything I rhyme is sauce. Everything I talk is facts. Everything I spit is balls. Think like the elite.
get money in a different bracket. Small city with a big dream, gon' get some traffic. Round here we build high, spread it to the masses. Gold frame glasses, get the pussy passive. Fuck the world, we revolt and proceed with caution. A alike, stay alike, like we speak with dolphins. Sending sonar was known, don't gotta be said. We wanna own our independence or rather be dead. We gon' send this music out to China, smoking bamboo. We gon' send this music to Japan, wrapped in bamboo. We gon' send this music out to Ghana and some bamboo.
Get high, smoke, smoke.
We gon' send this music out to Egypt, smoking bamboo. We gon' send this music to Malaysia, wrapped in bamboo. We gon' send this music to Jamaica and some bamboo.
Get high, roll, smoke.
Fuck a deal, all the God needed distribution. With a solid foundation, build an institution. This a blueprint, might drop a black album on ya. Connecticut, resident out in California. International, it feel good to pass your foe. Whole squad, one color, all black as crows. So if you smoke like us, you gon' pack the shows. Information, no Beyonce, only cat that knows. How's it going down? When's it going down? Listen up, law children, pass the smoke around. This ain't Groundhog Day, but we on holy ground. I'm like an AK-47 spitting only round. Only lighting up the green, we don't roll a brown. Do this shit from CT to Long Island Sound. I might just hold the game for ransom, you gon' buy the crown. Go and cop a few apartments, go and buy the town. We gon' send this music out to China, smoking bamboo. We gon' send this music to Japan, wrapped in bamboo. We gon' send this music out to Ghana and some bamboo.
Get high, smoke.
We gon' send this music out to Egypt, smoking bamboo. We gon' send this music to Malaysia, wrapped in bamboo. We gon' send this music to Jamaica and some bamboo.
Get high, roll, smoke.
Because all the fear, hate, and jealousy is bonkers. From college raps and cocaine sponsors. Let's keep it real like hip-hop from young. Normally say the Bible always conquers. Spread love. It's somewhat metaphysical. God is love, and see love creates miracles.
Never had a problem, wasn't down to solve myself. It always bite me in the ass when I calls for help. But on the flip side, bitch, I've been ready to vibe. I flippin' birdies with two nuts, I'm like, who ready to die? I ain't no street nigga, always been a kid from the street. I ain't no beef nigga, but I ain't no stranger to beef. My life is cinema, graduation party, they'll remember us offending us. Trust, I'm in that ass like animals. I kill clubs and beats, murder for hire, cause white America won't hire him. They heard he got priors, I been fire. I'ma blow from underground, landmines. Most niggas going out of style. Landlines, ladies thinking I'm supposed to smile cause I'm damn fine. Bitch niggas trying to stop my shine, let a man grind. Classic tape auction, a whack fat big extortioner. I'm sick with these orchestras, your girl want me saucing her. She fly, she can get it looking right. You the business, body tight. Slide terrific, come and slide. Meet them digits, let's get right. Let's get twisted, let's get high. Let's get lifted, see that pie? We can split it, who am I? I'm God's gifted, yeah, call a governor cause I went and killed this shit. Call a EMS, I just killed this shit. Call a mortician cause I killed this shit. Holla at forensics, I killed this shit. You gon' have to call a morgue, I just killed this shit. 911 switchboard, I killed this shit. Can't stop the violence, I just killed this shit. Let's have a moment of silence, I just killed this bitch. I ain't sugarcoating shit, cause life ain't sweet. I smacked Sunday back in the Monday, his life was weak. I snatched a bag of ounce from Osiris, smashed ISIS, told Ross, switch up flow, son, I like this beat. My rain loud like thunder, I make lightning speak. Keep it a grand like they canyon, but get twice as deep. And why these pseudo backpackers try to fight the streets with they Benadryl balls, put me right to sleep. I done had tree on campus, textbooks in the trap on the block while it's hot, smoking the black. See, I track hustlers, we ain't waiting for nothing. Talking millions with a villain while he's shaving the onion. I got big dreams, the life behind your eyes is way realer. The gamble with my life, so with dice I straight dealers. Go get him, that's word to my nigga hot. Hit him with a bigger plot for a bigger knot, but she fly. She can get it looking right. You the business, body tight. Slide terrific, come and slide. Meet them digits, let's get right. shit. You gon' have to call a morgue, I just killed this shit. 911 switchboard, I killed this shit. Can't stop the violence, I just killed this shit. Let's have a moment of silence, I just killed this bitch. The universe don't owe you nothing but gravity. The trap had more white than the Warsaw academies. I'm green and purple, so that never been my strategy. Be wise, but wrong place, wrong time, it's still a tragedy. Cause all my faculty, I'm over thorough. From the tri-state chosen barrel, flow heavy, molten metal. The longer it sit, the harder it get. You sit on your niggas, you know you got the heart of a bitch. Let that marinate, cause that's for a couple fuck boys. Moles ain't a tap, but talking blickety black. Too scared to send it raw, I need my sticky and raps. Alcohol down, cased up to really relax. You flipping them packs, but it's real though, we able to clip. Create product, make it a fix, so we hang it legit. Them hunters starting to turn blue like Blizzy hanging with Crips. It's community reform, I wrote this while I was taking a shit. We out, yo. Once I got my technique down pat because I rap, they wanna hear me freestyle. Meanwhile, free all of my homies out the P-Now system. And with my lyrics, I bestow wisdom, better flows, clever topics, extra O's.
We have with us, Eric Garner's mother.
Eric Garner's mother.
March with us.
March with us.
To EMS.
To EMS.
If Khalid Muhammad was here, if Malcolm X was here, yeah, I am a setter Shakur. These killer cops, these killer cops, these killer cops, these killer cops, these killer. I can't breathe with your arm on my neck. Stop. These killer cops, these killer cops, these killer, these killer cops, these killer. These killer, I can't breathe with your arm on my neck. Stop, protect and serve. No, we've been forced to learn. We don't share the same exact concerns. Rodney King, laying in the street. Sean Bell, slain in the street. Eric Garner, how many rest in peace? Nah, I ain't waiting for the number to increase. I am tired, I acknowledge I ain't playing with this beast. Start a riot, out crying, parade in the street. Do the right thing, spike scene. Radio Raheem came to life and it's frightening. They so predictable. It's been happening for years, it's a ritual. These killer cops, these killer cops, these killer, these killer cops, these killer cops, these killer. I can't breathe with your arm on my neck. Stop. These killer cops, these killer cops, these killer, these killer cops, these killer. I can't breathe with your arm on my neck. Stop.
Hey.
I can't breathe. 10. I can't breathe.
11.
I know some things in these past years ain't go your way. I know the pressure in this life can get you down. That dream you thought that you could touch, it didn't stay. If it was there, then what was lost will soon be found. I can't tell you that everything that comes down someday comes up. What comes up someday comes down. Some say hard work, some say plain luck. Just when you gave up, that's when it comes around. Everything that comes down someday comes up. What comes up someday comes down. Some say hard work, some say plain luck. Just when you gave up, that's when it comes around. This is fresh off the top, know how I get down. I'm back in the studio with Starsky and Chris now. Ask him if a line in this session was wrote down. I tell you A came through and blessed the shit home style. I came back to represent the hometown. For my people that supported, the respect is profound. Be like, hey, you the best I ever known, pal. But we ain't heard a record since Tower Records closed down. My bad, I had to let the pressure tone down. Mom's cancer spread to a ventricle valve. Now I'm sitting by her side while she methadoned out, zoned out, watching the Knicks getting blown out. Yeah, I expected regular Joe style, cause the melatonin low, Greco-Roman profile. Rap belongs to the hood forever, no doubt. I just picked up some knowledge that the ghetto pronouns. We learn how to rhyme like a second language. Next to investment bankers and reckless gangsters. So Aki, let me get a Newport and a breakfast sandwich. John load the beat up so I can express my anguish. A couple dudes heard me on the mic and felt me. So I play the hand of cards life has dealt me. When this post hit it with a like on FB and hashtag quarter life crisis LP. Some things in these past years ain't go your way. I know the pressure in this life can get you down. That dream you thought that you could touch, it didn't stay. If it was there, then what was lost will soon be found. I can't tell you that everything that comes down someday comes up. What comes up someday comes down. Some say hard work, some say plain luck. Just when you gave up, that's when it comes around. Everything that comes down someday comes up. What comes up someday comes down. Some say hard work, some say plain luck. Just when you gave up, that's when it comes round.
There's some dance moves like
Video me.
Let the money pile up, fuck it up. Turn up, turn up, turn up.
Yeah, it's Ashboy sister.
It's all time.
Most likely these fuckboys ain't gon' like me. Most likely they wanna be just like me. She virtuous, most likely she like me. She likes dick on it, she wanna be my wifey. Most likely, baby, most likely. I am D.O.E and I know you like me. Most likely, nigga, most likely. I be killing shit, A&T most likely.
Most likely I'm on the rise, Brad. M.O.B. get to that shit instead. Most likely they watching, but fuck the feds. It's a spiritual war down to the bloodshed. Most likely my wrist fucking icy. Her boyfriend catch her tweaking, he gon' wanna fight me. I'm a stepping weapon, fresh Timbs or Nikes. I be dressed to kill, most likely. In the cloud of smoke, making moves at light speed. Me and my niggas, most likely. Fuck my enemies, and who don't like me. Fuck the police, probably working with her, most likely. Virtuous goddess for me, she feisty. Plant my seeds up in that thing, most likely. Coolin' where it's dangerous, most likely. I got what you need, baby, most likely.
Most likely these fuckboys ain't gon' like me. Most likely they wanna be just like me. She virtuous, most likely she like me. She likes dick on it, she wanna be my wifey. Most likely, baby, most likely. I am D.O.E and I know you like me. Most likely, nigga, most likely. I ain't killing shit, A&T most likely.
I was over here talking about the community, let the people know that we need to self-reliance and self-sufficient, get our community back together for ourselves without the Caucasian help.
That's the only way.
Because the Caucasian just building buildings that we can't even get in and we have to pay for. And
we need to get back to understanding reality and who is who and what is what.
I know.
Back in the days when we had the chains and shackles on our arms and wrists, we knew that was the devil. We knew we had to deal with him, how to deal with him.
Right on.
Nowadays, we got the shackles on our brains. We don't think it's the devil no more because he set up Disney World for you to be comfortable and get lost. So now he deal with you. He deal with us on accordance of our recognition of history and reality. So if you lacking knowledge, he gonna play with you as far as he could go.
Right.
We gotta stop getting mad at the devil for being the devil.
Right on. That's what
we
I was
gotta
telling
get
earlier.
mad at each other for not having no morals. It look good on the surface, but when shit get real, the real motherfucker it come out. Cause how they move, you feel me? Is you with the shit or you not? You in the truth or not? Feel me? That's what you gotta get to. Shit is real. Fuck all the labels. Shit is real. Shit is real. Everywhere you go, shit is real. Feel me? Go back to Philly. Shit is real. Come back to CT.
I'm saying, who got them balls though? Who got them balls that can talk about how I could break down how real shit is? Cause right now the power in hip hop.
Always been.
Haters stone me, call me Stoner. Stoner, the motherfucking cone.
With the homie Von Dog, you know what I'm saying? Tell him about the get poppin' that at the alley word. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the guard, man. We trying to see what's up with the guard. You feel me? BFN, we got some hip hop questions for you though, guard.
That's peace.
You
We
know what
out
I'm
here
saying?
right now at the Sunset Cafe. You know how we do down there. Shout out to Mac the General, Larry, Big Dogs and all that. You know, right now we at the after hour. Trying to continue to turn up, enjoy the good vibes, spread the love. You feel me? This what black people do. This is what Israelite people do, man. We try to enjoy each other when we can, because it's half and half when we going through what we go through. But you feel me? We try to make it do what it do.
Alright, I
See
did
what we
that.
do. Got that medication for your meditation? Any location?
Yo, so check it. So how you feel about the hip hop game? Like you feel like hip hop today reflects reality? You know what I mean? Reflect what's really going on out here in these streets. You feel me? Like sometimes I be feeling like people be wanting more, but then you hear from the other crowds that say they don't even want to. They want to dumb it down shit. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm
Who's
saying?
saying that? Who's saying we want to dumb down shit? That's what you gotta pay attention to.
I mean, the masses. You can say that. You can say it's popular. You know, pop music. Certain people
According
get.
to scriptures, the masses is the 2/3 that ain't gonna make it to the kingdom, ain't it? So, how smart is you listening to them? You know what I mean? If you know it's right, then why not stick to that? You gonna go with the crowd against what you know? That's self-destruction.
Okay. So you feel like the right people is representing in the game?
Definitely. Always have been. Never will change. Some get lost in the money, but at the end of the day, just open your eyes up and see who stick to their roots.
Wow.
Part of me keep looking around and shit, but we at where we at.
Oh yeah, we in the cut, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? BFN exclusive with it. You feel me? So so who you think really holding it down in the game? You feel me? Like who would you
I
say?
don't deal with the game. Fuck the game.
I'm talking about hip hop, pardon. You know what I mean? Hip hop. Who you think really representing out here? Like holding the torch and holding and moving right with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't like doing that top 5, top 3 shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just hold. I just want to hear who at.
Y'all might not have heard of these people. Y'all might have people like Killer Priest, the Wu-Tang. You feel me?
Nas still got it. He's still doing his thing. Styles P. I deal with a few artists from that Chicago way, you feel me? They spitting their reality, you feel me? And if you comprehend it, the realness, and that's what I can feel. You feel me? Anywhere, if it's real, I can feel it. I rock with it, but all that fool shit, I don't deal with it because you misleading the youth.
True.
This ain't just entertainment for me, you feel me? This is part of our way of life. This is how we talk to each other. And why you gonna lie to me? You feel me? That's what I take a fake rapper for, a liar. And I don't like
Niggas
lying.
is out here lying.
Y'all try to send me into a world that's not even real, a fake reality, so you could get away with whatever you want to do. You feel me? So we cut that off at the door.
At the door. I did.
And you ain't got shit to do.
I'm a blower to the sticky kid. What up? Smoke green like Biggie dip. My pen's my cigar. Yeah, you know I the purple stuff. What? Yeah. I'm a blower to the sticky kid. What up? Smoke green like Biggie dip. My pen's my cigar. Yeah, you know I the purple stuff. What?
I'm a blower to the sticky, smoke green like Biggie, hit 'em up like Pop, blaze a motherfucking 50. D.O.E, it's the God, I mean really. God is by my side and she looking so pretty. Haters wanna blackball, but I'm heaven sent really. Fucking busters, blue balls can't fuck with me. Fuck them busters, broke back, but really. I'm with a royal queen and she doing the butt with me. I make that kitty purr, she know what's up with me. Strictly high grade herbs, no butts with me. Mr. Smiths, I can feel him coming to get me. City of God, I'm knockout neck getting busy. AZ, sour diesel, or the pippy. Chalk, dro, hash, let that rag shit skip me. My pen is my cigar, I'm high as you can see. I talked to the most high, he said come get high with me.
I'm a blower to the sticky kid. What up? Smoke green like Biggie dip. My pen's my cigar. Yeah, you know I the purple stuff.
Got the new thing for the summer. Now leave me a new thing for the summer. We can kick it like Luke King for the summer. You can't tie me up though. Shit, I don't even touch shoestring for the summer. I just let them hang like a new check for the summer. Speaking of, I double the Cuban for the summer. Black girlfriend like really 2 checks for the summer. I don't really change on a few things that was summer. That's why I catch rules like Wu Tang for the summer. But that said, I might have 2 things for the summer. They both call me blacker than Luke King for the summer. Get up there. That's do it. And she said when she done with me, I better go and change it. Fuck a sweater, I don't got no fucking better. You don't get it. And this right here, shoot it right there. Still giving up all of that hands, and I heard your ex hated. That's why my chick say that last night was a movie, and it was X-rated. Flick cold wet, it only gets better. Tonight we make the sequel and do that shit with her. Go ahead. Fuck me like you know somebody else ain't fucking me right. Go ahead. Fuck me like you know somebody else ain't fucking me right. Sing that shit. I don't get shit right. I'll make that take your time. Anytime you want it, you just let them take your time. Do it. Slide terrific, come and slide. Meet them digits, let's get right, let's get twisted, let's get high, let's get lifted. See that pie? We can split it. Who am I? I'm God's gifted. Yeah, call the governor, cause I went and killed this.
Greetings. We are now at week 7. Practice studying the laws of God. Everything has its own law. Learn, understand, and appropriate and apply the laws of God. There is a blessing promised upon the person whose delight is in the law of the Lord, who meditate on the law of the Lord day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water. When we internalize the words or laws of God, we can speak and act with the authority of God. Even more importantly, we will know the will of God for our lives and thus find fulfillment for our lives.
I ain't even pop yet, but if I died today, I'll be a legend. Scholastic black activist / rapping reverend back in heaven. This ain't a gimmick, I just caught you sleeping now. The boy is eating this biscuit Grady, the Lord's is teaching. And in this life, whenever I get advice from my loved ones, a positive person, I know the Lord is
our movement, for our strive for justice and equality for for years now, actually.
Decades.
Decades. And what he does is in the hip hop community we'll call it heavy, meaning what he does isn't just a matter of isn't for the show. It actually is about making change. He affected my life when I through a member of the National Action Network, which is ran by Reverend Al Sharpton. I was introduced to him where he was actually created the National Community Action Alliance in my hometown, Jersey City, New Jersey. And one thing that struck me about him being a pastor, I'll be honest, I've never been a big fan of the church, and I think for the obvious reasons, and since we have this crowd, I didn't feel like there was enough civil service being done by these institutions that are supposed to be for the people. But Reverend D.O.E, she single-handedly changed my perception of pastors and preachers. He walks the walk and he talks. And he can talk the talk as well. So anyway, go ahead and explain yourself, about the churches abroad and whatnot. But I just want to get them excited as well. It's an honor to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Brad. Panelists, I really had come as a student of such great respect for Brad, that when he informed me about this program, I dropped everything to come here tonight. So I've come as a student to this occasion. I like to think at my age still, the world is a classroom, and everybody that I meet is a teacher. I follow Ralph Waldo Emerson. Everybody that I meet is a superior in some things, and every experience is a laboratory. So I'm come to learn, but since you have invited me to be a part of this program, I'd like to introduce my grandson as his minister. Ready? Brothers, I was trying to, I told them that I'm going to a hip-hop session with young people. I told them to sit next to me because I would need an interpreter. Film person, convincing. You know, Pop was a member of my church.
Yes.
And I remember in his last days, I spent a lot of time with him at Rikers Island. And so he told me one day, he said, "Hey, Pastor, I want you to do my wedding." And then, he loved Jada. He had been to school in Baltimore. And he loved Jada. He said, "I want you to be my pastor, and I'm going to get a wedding, and there's going to be our beautiful man, and I'm going to have shorties on one side over here, and I'm going to have the brothers over here." And so I'm saying, myself, I wonder what Pop going to marry midgets. I wonder why he want to people dwarfs in his wedding. Living their own world. So it was later that I found out, I didn't want to tell him that I'm okay if you want to marry midgets, that's all right. So later I found out that shorty with girls. And I said, oh, that's what it's like. So I may need an interpreter up to get it right.
You got you.
All right, okay. But I'm 85 years old. And, but again, chronologically, mentally, I'm about 18. And psychologically, maybe I'm 16. And philosophically, I'm forever. And physically, I think I'm still good. Yeah. And eternal, I'm forever eternal, spiritual. But I'm 85, I've been pastoring the same church for 60 years. I've been obviously at the movement, going back some years and years. I'm the national presiding minister in the House of the Lord Churches. This is a Pentecostal church, very much active because I guess from the beginning, my father was a minister. I'm the third generation of ministers in my family. Really would be the fifth. I have a couple of daughters who are the fifth generation. And in addition to that, I guess one of the contributions, I think, that I had for the president of the National Black United Front, I was the founding chair of the National Black United Front, which was what Malcolm had talked about, Kwame had talked about, all of our leaders had talked about the National Black United Front, which would bring together people of African ancestry from every corner of the globe. And it felt my lot to be the prime organizer. And it was very interesting because, let's face it, this was the radical, revolutionary, Pan-African nationalist wave of our movement, which had a chilly relationship with the church, and that's putting it down. So, being the founding chair of the National Black United, which was in the 70s, and followed the more radical, revolutionary movement, the Black Panther Party, SNCC, the young people coming out of SNCC. And now at this stage, I hopefully have made a contribution. I guess one of my proudest moments, my grandson and I was invited to Nelson Mandela's funeral in South Africa. And it was, I guess in some sense, a crowning moment as I sat there. And in his hometown, the funeral, only 4,000 persons were invited from across the world. This is all kinds of leaders, kings, queens, pope, whatever. But I have to pick one of the number that was considered worthy of an invitation to the funeral. And then we journeyed up about 700 yards to the actual burial. Only 400 persons were invited to witness the burial, to be present at the burial, and to be there, to stand at the gravesite of Nelson Mandela, which conjured up so many memories, because we had been in the streets screaming, "Free Mandela," and nobody knew who Mandela was.
Keep it, Yeah, I'm one of the baddest with this rap shit. I be causing static. You ain't no rapper, you agent. Iceman and Typelin and Islands on Asian. Editor-N-Cheef on deck, who blazing? Know my niggas move that girl Caucasian. You a great nigga, you could plot my shit. But if you a snake nigga, you could suck my dick. But it's that though, I get guap, plus I'm guapo. Try to lie me down, but they knew I break free, young chopper. Vato, freedom of speech. All day I got the freedom of speech. Can't take away my freedom of speech. Can't tell me what to say, I got the freedom to speak. So just bars before, let me live my life.
Hey, you guys, Baruti Libre, coming from Jersey City, 401, supporting Mr. Grady, the Editor-N-Cheef, Black Fox Newz. Salute, get your mind right.
Right now, if you are just tuning in, you see that we have another guest here with us. We got Bishop Grady here with us. Thank you so much for coming up.
What up?
So just introduce yourself, and then, we'll get to know you a little bit.
Streetz reporter, the New World Order, Bishop Grady, Editor-N-Chief for Black Fox Newz. In your area, causing mass hysteria. I'm here with the crew, man. I represent Jersey City, New Jersey, the White Street, South Side, and we on, man.
Jersey City in the building, we gonna set it up like this. What up? What up, what up? When I was young, I used to say I was in the back of the classes, catching the wrath from the teachers like it's a cap in the past. I'm an A student with spectacular mass, fast, no, it's the good, like I ain't do nothing, they just happen to laugh, and I got it. And it was pissing me off, it was like I couldn't go a week without the principal's office. More than always talking, cracking jokes often, but my grades never suffered no losses. So that just made me, and the parents will find out, and I got punishment and beatings. What the fuck is a timeout? Still chicks joking since my dick in grammar school had me plotting on smashing half the girls in the room. I feel like followed me since I was 7, went to high school, and the first day in class was 9/11. Private school was still in the streets. Something like I Am Legend, only ghetto boy with no dreams of holding an iron weapon. Trouble. Still would confine me in the fast if that was time, because my city is grimy. I'm puffing miles, taking sips of the licks, rolling up my own white dials, cause my niggas move from red line to pit. And now around the drug game, more niggas gang bang. Have you thinking the Doug fame? The coast friend was pushing cane on the block. Same block had tried to get me to do the same. I thought that it was trouble. Any sense of pride, a sense of purpose, that's a fact. But I flipped it when I went to an institution that was black, because I like to get blazed. I almost got kicked out of that. Now I'm back in trouble. What up, what up? We gonna turn up real quick, yo. Business, sex, hip-hop, intellect, and power. Giving revolutionaries an abundance of dollars and years. Bishop Grady in the building, man. Jersey City, New Jersey, and I feel good, man.
Why do you think people from Jersey don't get the just due and the respect that they deserve?
I think it come down to it's a few reasons, but I think at the end of the day, we kind of in the shadows of New York. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we really, other than 15 minutes of fame, 15 minutes of fame definitely on the rise. But like in general, we don't have our own radio stations. You know what I'm saying? We don't have our own, just our own outlets. I think we also live under New York's shadow. So I think for years and years, we kind of just been, we always just been kind of sun. You know what I mean? Jersey always kind of looked at as, or often looked at as like just less than. You know what I mean? When actually it's a lot of culture. You know what I mean? And really Jersey niggas been here from the beginning. So you know what I mean? It's a few reasons. I mean, money, you know what I mean, politics, power, and all of that.
What up? Hey, yo, I got a dilemma too, man. You know what I mean? We have the 45th presidency coming up, right? Right? Make some noise, you've been paying attention. You know what I'm saying? So y'all might share my dilemma. I don't know who the fuck to vote for. Exactly. I don't trust none of these dudes out here. You know what I mean? Shit getting serious. It's like, who really speaking for us? Who gonna speak for me in this new world order? We gonna set it up like this. Let's get hot. Hold up. Go ahead, drop that shit. Stress, pain, work. Go ahead, sing with me. Say it like this, yo. Grief, stress, pain, work. We all got it, right? Look, grief, stress, pain, work. One more time, look. Grief, stress, pain, work.
Stress,
Hey yo, they tried to typecast me while thinking that they might pass me. Check my rap, see how I freak on that mic nasty. Running through the underworld with overworld.
With admiration, this teacher failed me, but I told the hoe I'm graduating. But that's another story, I'm on to some other glory. Change the world of a suicide of 100 stories. Could give a fuck if you don't like me, despite me hitting
your block or more water than Arizona iced tea. You think I do you wrong and set you up for failure like student loans, cause I'm hustling through your home with the rudest tone. But I ain't trying to be the new Capone or Luciano, just looking for the newest thrill.
The father Pop said don't be a statistic, but we all a statistic. In this country that's so capitalistic, everybody trying to live outside the box. We all in a box. The question is
which one is all in the plot? I've been preaching about how money going all in the top. Then the news started talking that 1% shit. Now instead of not supporting them, we all on the clock. How much they getting, yo? We so
defenseless. For instance, JP Morgan gets fined for fraudulent paperwork. Then they pay them fines to the Federal Reserve. Meanwhile, they still hold stake in this New York branch. And they get paid regardless, yo, it's better we deserve. Meanwhile,
I rap nicest, cause I'm fucked up and don't like vices. But I get more cut than crack ices. Been told these fools on the one like crack dices. I'm about to get high in the movie theater snack prices. Look, grief, stress, pain, work. Fuck a silver spoon, I get mine from the dirt. All money, dirty money, cause we send it get well. America is only rich cause they brought Africa hell.
You'll see karma is a bitch, so now we at where we at. Bishop and Ty putting conscience back on the map. Got enough energy to leave 2 worlds slaughtered. I'm on the run, getting funds in this new world order.
Except it ain't new, just some upgrades, glitches and new angles, money, power control. They'll dangle the switch if their appearance and lyrics see what the fame do. Not Blizzy and Grady, these are the ingredients the warriors made up. Confidence, accomplishments, plus knowledge. I've been educated and taught without college. A true scholar, when knowledge meet experience, then you spread it to others that system damaging. Then they label me a threat. I bet I put your devilish ways in prospect. You fooled the gods, made them live in the projects. The poison fool and let it stick to their biceps. It's time for our own. Then it's time to bear arms. In case they coming with the bombs for the Black Wall Streets and the Harlem Renaissance. I mean the Bob Black tour, got Blizzy in their ear like Bob Black more. I said the Bob Black tour, get up in their ear like Bob Black more. It's a thin line between fiction and reality. Through belief, fiction becomes reality. Through belief, reality can be down fiction. Now vision, look at the scheme, thoughts shape matter into the form that you think. Power like Ferguson when they stared in the tanks.
Grief, stress, pain, work. Fuck a silver spoon, I get mine from the dirt. All money's dirty money, cause we send to get wealth. America is only rich, cause they brought Africa hell. But see, karma is a bitch, so now we at where we at. Bishop and Ty putting conscience back on the map. Got enough energy to leave 2 worlds slaughtered. I'm on the run, getting funds in this new world order.
And what's the mad scientist not gonna find the hits? Kind of piss that pilot shit, Zionists trying to rule with an iron fist. I liken this to all the white knights who I might have this for trying to misdemeanor the black but wearing like Viking chicks. Rap religion better days and I'm entitled with. It's not who hold it down, not who wrote the Torah Bible, bitch. But I admit I have the toy that might get fixed with white gold, Baltimore, Mac for more to see the vibe I get. They say I'm evil cause I throw stones in cathedrals and stun like an evil while I roll out like scrolls from the boniest Hebrews. But I can lead you about a prison, look at the altruism. And nihilism know the pride of me of my wildest visions. Cause in the mean between time I skip rounds, pumping, jumping from tree to tree like Instagram. I don't need vines. I speak fine but got trouble dealing with weak minds. You never saw that bars will potent destroy 3 lines. Then that boy smell like a work. Come on to raise the I'll amaze you if you come to my church. Only heathens with their demons get to come there first. Cause if you tease it cause you breathe it, you might come there worse. We in real times, the powers that be trying to keep money. These beggars stealing from us worldwide, that's deep money. The IMF and what make our countries, they keep hungry. And I ain't talking Jackson, I'm talking the Jeeps.
Money, meanwhile, I rap nicest, cause I'm fucked up and don't lack vices. But I get more cut than cracked ices. Been told these fools I'm the one like crap dices. I'm about to get high at the movie theater snack prices. You know what I'm saying?
Them prices are high. I'm not
some
gonna
high
lie.
prices.
Those
not.
I be looking at the Twizzlers like, damn, they ain't
I was
that
about to say
good.
those nachos cost a lot.
I complain every time I get to the counter, man.
I'm impressed.
No,
man.
that was good
Word.
I like nah.
I can see the comparisons.
Yeah.
You definitely see storytelling, something with some content and a message in it.
You said everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you definitely see that. You're gonna get more of that. That's kind of where the name come from. Like, my name Bishop Grady. And it's kind of why I ran it with it. I mean, I didn't create this name. This is a combination of 2 nicknames, but it made sense because like in the beginning, like I did a lot of preaching through my music. You know what I'm saying? I always feel like I'm preaching. Even just if you know me, like especially you know what I mean. If we in the hood, whatever, like a lot of people get that from me. Like I'm always trying to preach and teach and all that. So you know what I'm saying? It makes sense. But you know what I mean? I do the turn up shit too. Like you know what I mean? I'm just me. Like if you know me, like. You know, you're just gonna get me.
Go local with this right here. This is the graduation anthem. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who graduated this year, rock with me. We gonna do it like this, yo. They tried to say I'm not graduating.
Musta had them hating. Well, I say fuck that with the realist formula commencement go. I'm already here and it's time to switch this hoe. Just give me my credit and let me get this dough. So I can split it with my team. Bounce live hop, but drop it and I'll lean. Back to the track, this crack, now I mean. Now that's not true and that's not hood. Big up to my folks who been moving that and putting it work. I get grinding G and I was good. Come from the bullshit too, y'all heard. Glad to be alive, shit on y'all heard. So we try to hold me down, but just try to hold me back now. Hold my dick as I bring it back to the curb. Yes, white America like oh no. Yo, bro, what you kick down the dough for? You so slow, I need dough by the boatload. Yeah, I'm smart, but the flow go loco. So cold, but I'm hot, let me not get beside myself. One time in the drop, then I caught the dough. Won't fly till I stop, won't stop till I drop. Dead with no more bread. Instead, give me my certificate, dude. I'm on to the next one, you heard it get rude. About to start a venture with my crew. Reach one, teach one, then we get 2. Yeah, I got plans, you don't need to know all that. Minimum wage, come on, we off that. You standing in front of me to fall back. Let me get my cap and gown and all black. Let's get this money, man. Let's get this money, man. Let's get this money, man. I'm graduating 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 this money.
See, I don't want no problem. I just want my diploma. If you say you ain't got it, I'll leave with a coma. See, I don't want no problem. I just want my diploma. If you say you ain't got it, I'll leave you with a coma. Right? Yeah, we ready.
Can we get that graduate? That shit was lit.
That shit was lit? That shit was lit?
Can we get that
That shit was lit? Do that again one more time. Do it. Hold on. You say you about to quit smoking? Oh yeah, you graduate. Your job is giving you a promotion. Shit, if you ask you, you got you some lotion. You see, it's all about that come up and win. Get an opportunity for them. It's just trying to get laid or you trying to get paid. Need the background to the thumbs up. One's up if you feel this way. One's up just to make it rain. Cause some of the strippers graduated. 2 thumbs up on my Facebook page. Yeah, it's that DJ names on me. Ready to keep it better, can't rate my team. This one is the cake my team. Lost my mind, you can't take my team. Swerving all me like the great Ali, but I fight no styles to the break my team. Been to the times to make my week. Now real life, what you think I mean? But if these motherfuckers really looking at me fucking up everything that you came to fall for. Style on them, you ain't beat, don't play that shit. So I make this hardcore. From things the professor that's made the church. To the fact that he just looking at the paper weight. Still get my yacht made the church. Now I'm really about to make this paper weight. Let's get this money, man. Let's get this money, man. Let's get this money. I'm graduating up. 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 See, I don't want no problems. I just want my diploma. God, I'm graduating diploma. See, I don't want no problems. I just want my diploma. If you say you ain't got it, I'll leave you with the coma.
Let's get it!
You think you getting every week, but you ain't heard it unless you heard it.
You would never know you was walking into Alaska and was about to feed the devil with yourself.
Made me never want that seat. If you hate it, fuck yourself.
He really self-motivated.
Taking 140 veterans a week, and the army lifted the ban for the mentally disordered. How many more be slaughtered? I don't think y'all understand. They said it's medically record, so accessible. Obamacare and HIPAA compliant. Is it part of the plan? Trump hiring corporate giants. Is it part of the plan? So our payer reservations targeting
You're now watching Black Fox Newz.
Criminally convicted, I'm still parting his man. Meanwhile, I got niggas doing years over some brands. Now you starving they fam. We only had a channel that could do that. Pull up on these politics. That's why we focus so hard, they'll be part of my hand. Too woke, can't chill, neglect the Haiti and Puerto Rico, something I can't feel. $1 billion in U.S. weapons. Government, so we divest. Corporate lobbyists be loving it, so we divest. Y'all ain't gonna bring no job home, we divest.